Hello and welcome to Lucky and Wild, a podcast about videoed games, old and new, discussed.
Like pre-videoed games.
That's got to be the quickest interruption ever.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sort of getting in.
We're just sort of throwing around ideas here, you know what I mean?
Just responded to what you're saying, man.
A podcast about video games, old and new, discussed, dissected, and occasionally understood. I'm Harrison Hunt, and with me is the king of interruptions, the fucking annoying homunculus himself.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Sean Hunt. Go on in.
Today we've got your feedback, we've got some news, we're going to be talking about what we've been playing.
We are.
And then we've got our radio-style segments and getting lucky and going what?
No, I'm actually I'm quite excited.
Nice.
I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like all this.
And then we're going to do your reader mail. All right, should we get onto the feedback?
Yeah, we better have had.
What are you saying? So the first feedback comes in from Ace. He says, fun fact, you might already know Sega sent Yuzo Koshiro on a year-long party in America to learn about dance music.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if there's evidence if he doesn't... Ace, come on, learn to type. He says, I don't know if there is evidence if he doesn't most of the time off his nut on MDMA. But he definitely did, and that's 101% fact. So I think, trying to wade through the muck here, Yuzo Koshiro, we spoke about him last time, he's the composer of some of the best video game music ever. He was sent to do a dance music cruise for a year in America. Now, Ace is suggesting that he might have been off his nut on MDMA. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it was about that time, wasn't it? I mean, everyone was. But no, I don't think he was. I mean, most Japanese guys are straight, aren't they, really? So it's like, probably not, really.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really... There's not many drugs around in Japan, unfortunately. Sad fact, when I visited, couldn't find any. But
that was the drugs problem you faced.
That's it. I have a big problem. The problem was there wasn't enough drugs there. Yeah, but here's the thing. Possibly, though. Because if he was on holiday in America, that's a bit like he can have a bit of a time off, enjoy the MDMA while it's available.
Well, maybe that could help him get into the spirit of the music.
I mean, the music is very good, and as we all know, sorry, there's a fucking fireworks display happening outside. As we all know, right, good music usually comes about as a result of drugs.
Yeah.
The Beatles' best songs? Nirvana. Do you think it would have been good if Kurt Cobain wasn't on drugs?
What about
Eminem?
What about the books? Yeah, Eminem's a prime example, but what about the books of Stephen King where he's like on drugs and the ones where he's not on drugs?
Dark Tower is one of the greatest series of books ever written. The rest of Stephen King's entire library, take it or leave it, mate. So the reality is, Yuzo Koshiro, if he was doing drugs, it's probably why this music is so good. Let him have a bit. Fucking hell, these fireworks, man. I hope, listeners, that's not annoying, because I think it's going to continue throughout the night. It is Guy Fawkes night. For our American listeners, that's Guy Fawkes night. No, it's basically, there's a heroic man that tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament once, and we mock him every year on the 5th of November by doing fireworks. It's like you tried to blow up a building with a bunch of horrible people in it, and as a result, we're going to make effigies of you and burn you every year.
Yeah, but, I mean, his name lives on.
It does, but people consider him to be a baddie. He was going to liberate us.
I thought he was the good guy, man.
Well, he came down on the wrong side of history there, but that's why there's a fireworks display going on outside. Shall we do some news?
Let's go.
Show us your news. Hideo Kojima wants to put a real ghost into a game. So as many of us are aware, Kojima is what's known in the industry as a complete mental. Now, he's teased a new game that he's making called OD, and this is a couple of teaser trailers, and from what we can tell, it's going to be a horror game. But here's where it gets interesting. See, for the latest OD trailer, Kojima scanned a, quote, real-life scary place to use as an environment for the teaser. Now, what's weird about that,
Yeah, but I mean...
He thinks that's such big shit, scanning a real life...
But like, you know, if you scan somewhere ominous, I mean, what's, like, does that... I mean, he scanned a scary place. Is that now he's a qualified medium? Is that like I could like?
Well, he's Japanese, Sean. He's probably a small.
No, nice. Yeah,
Thank you.
well, that's good. No, that was good. But yeah, like with the, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been into some scary places, but
we live in one, mate. But the thing is I just love that because he went, I scanned a real life scary place. If you think you're going to see a made up scary place in this game, you're mistaken, right? As if that's like somehow amazing. Yeah, it's like, what about all those people that go into abandoned hospitals and take pictures? Loads of people are doing it, Kojima. Look outside.
Yeah, that was I used to watch loads of those sort of ghost videos back in the day.
Love those, man. I still watch them, man. They're terrible, but I love them. But anyway, Kojima reckons that the Kojima Productions offices are being haunted by a ghost and says he's got an audio recording of it. And he was quoted as saying the following: "For OD, I want to go all over the world where..." Wait a minute, no. "I want to go around all over the world where there are real scary kinds of places. I want to scan a ghost for the first time, and I want to get an award for that."
Yeah, but I mean, he just wants the award, really. To be honest,
he's not. See, this is what it says. It's not even about the ghost anymore.
He just wants to seem like an artist. Everyone likes him.
Kojima, we like you, mate, but calm down. All right, look. If you want to scan a ghost, scan a ghost. Do you need to do it just for the awards? It used to be about the ghosts, Kojima.
He's already a revered artist in the industry, so why? Like a director, really, more than anything. But
actually, and thinking about it, if he does manage to achieve his dream that he's had for 2 weeks of scanning a ghost into a game, right? When people sit down and play the game that haven't heard this story, they see a ghost in the game. Do you think any of them are going to think that's a real ghost? Or do you think they just look at it and think that's a made-up ghost?
No, but like the game, surely, I mean... It's a haunted game, though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, this is what we've heard about. So he says speaking about the room he scanned, he said there should be a ghost in the room the studio scanned. I don't know what he means by that. Like there should be a ghost there. I'm sure. I don't know what he means, but
like he's saying that the room looks scary, so there should be a ghost in there.
Therefore, there should be a ghost.
But you can't really tell ghosts where to go, really. I mean, there could be a ghost in a really nice place.
Yeah, if you were a ghost, would you want to be in a scary place?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know you've got unfinished business, but what are you doing when you're relaxing? You're going to be in a nice place.
Yeah,
that, in fact, would be the most likely place to see a ghost.
Because I'd still be me if I was a ghost. I'd still like going to nice places.
I do not hang out in dust-covered abandoned buildings very often, right? And if I do, it's for a very short amount of time. If I'm dead and I'm hanging around, I'm going to still be sitting down watching Celebrity Traitors.
Yeah, exactly. And, or like if I downloaded a car, then I'd probably be hiding in one of those places. But
can you download a car? Actually, nowadays you can.
Would you? Oh, yeah,
I would not, mate. I'm not a fucking criminal. But he said, anyway, speaking about the ghost that happened at Kojima Studios, he says, you actually hear this cracking sound. That's actually a sound that was recorded in the studio.
A cracking sound.
Well, look, and also, that means the real world location where he went to, that's not even where the ghost was. It's actually in his office. But perhaps the most mental thing he says, he was hearing, quote, queeks in the studio, but they later stopped, and Hideo has this to say on the matter. Maybe the ghost was there, but she's no longer there anymore. That's why we went to the shrine together with Microsoft to make sure we had a safe build of the game.
To be honest, like I mean,
okay, let's break it down. What's a queek?
No, I'm just thinking I'm trying to break down the Queek. So, like, what if a game developer, because game developers often have bad diets, and then in Japan, the sort of demand and workload is quite high.
So he's eating a lot of ready meals.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of instant noodles.
They've driven him mad. He's hearing queeks all over the place, queaking in the floorboards.
A lot of MSG as well,
a lot of MSG. Kojima's gone. He's eating too much packet ramen.
So if it could be either that, all of those chemicals have gone to his head, or the Queeks are like, you know, some sort of staff like taking a dump or something, you know.
Well, here's it. He's sitting in his office. He hears footsteps. He's immediately like, "That's a ghost." That's it. Did somebody hear that Queek? And somebody's like, "What's a Queek?" And he's like, "Shut up."
or he's bought everyone £50 PC chairs,
And they're really queaky.
They're queaking all over the
They're
game.
queaky as fuck. But anyway, why has he gone to the shrine? Okay, first of all, he's gone to the shrine. He's taken a build of the game to a shrine to get it uncursed. Right, fair enough.
Yeah,
why has he bought Microsoft? Are they ghost experts or are they computer experts?
Well,
if Windows 11 is to be believed, they're not computer experts. I know that.
I don't know if we've had any good ghost-based games from Microsoft. So let us know in the let us
Any
know.
Queek-based games from... Well, anyway, Microsoft went with him. Don't know why. I guess because... Well, he's bought a build of the game to the shrine. Microsoft do deal in software, so maybe they know the best way to remove a ghost from a DVD.
Also, like, Kojima doesn't strike me as the kind of man who'd be tied down by Microsoft, innit? Like, you know, if anything...
No, they're tied down by him.
Yeah, like, if anything, he's bringing them to the shrine.
Well, that's it. I mean, the thing is
please give us an exclusive. Please.
Please. He's like, "You going to come to the shrine and get this fucking DVD uncursed?" And they're like, yeah, of course. Do you believe in ghosts, though? Bill Gates is like, yes. Do you want to do a lie detector? No. Yeah, so Microsoft have helped him uncurse the game, which is brilliant. I'm really pleased about that.
But that's just one copy, though, man.
That's one copy. All the other PCs with the build on it in the office, they're still haunted, but they're working on that. And anyway, so here's the thing. No, that's it. That is the end of the news story. I thought I had more notes. But, so yeah, hopefully we'll be getting a game with a real ghost in it soon.
Yeah, keep us posted on that one. I want to see what happens next month.
I've got to be honest with you, though. Out of all the things, and our Japanese media, they love ghosts, right?
Yeah, they do.
And I've got to be honest, out of all of the horror tropes, they're the least scary to me. I just don't find ghosts very scary at all. I find them quite funny.
No, I think it's quite interesting.
I want is a game with a real goblin in it.
No, what I want is like Ghost... Oh, wait, that's Luigi's Mansion.
What I want is a Ghost of Sushi... No, wait, that's a real game. Somebody's already done that.
What about a game with ghost monkeys? Like a Ghost Ape Escape or something. Or maybe, yeah.
Was that for your item later? We'll do about what ghost game would you make if you could Queek? Well, anyway, let's quickly move on.
How much Queek can the ghost Queek or whatever?
Exactly. Counter-Strike skin market crashes. So, for those not in the know, right, Counter-Strike has got lots of expensive skins in it. And basically players can buy keys to gamble on the acquisition of Counter-Strike skins. Basically, you get a key, you open a case, you might get something worth value. And actually, a lot of these things hold real-world massive value and can be worth millions in some cases due to their rarity.
Yeah, I've been tempted to crack open a case or two.
I've got so many sitting on my account, man. But yeah, this rarity can be as a result of having, say, a rare knife from a case that's no longer available, or having said knife pull its textures from a particularly clean part of the randomized knife texture, or even having rare stickers attached to it.
What about, like, so you said it's crashed. What about all your cases? What's happening with that, man?
Well, I'll wait for it to come back up. I'll wait for Valve to remove I don't know, the cases, I checked, man. Of course I fucking checked, because they were from years and years and years ago, and then they're worthless. I think you've got to crack them and open them. It's like, you know how like some old Pokemon card packs will go for a lot of money unopened?
Yeah.
I don't know if the CS2 skin market is necessarily like that, unless a case is particularly rare, but cases are the easy thing to find. It's the things in them that are the difficult thing to find.
Well, I suppose like you sort of similar to Pokemon cards in that if you crack them open, you run the risk of getting some shit like common stuff. But
that's true.
It could come up with more value if you...
I'm sure there are cases that are worth a lot of money. Unfortunately, the ones I have aren't, and I'm not paying £2.50 to open a fucking virtual case, but... Anyway, people have massive inventories of these things that are worth a hell of a lot of fucking money and could buy a house or things like this. But unfortunately for those people, Valve has done a really normal update to make the game nicer for people, and it's crashed the skin market.
What?
Yeah,
they actually put effort into the game.
Not really. I mean, it's a pretty basic update. You can now take your low-value skins and trade them up for higher ones without money ever leaving any hands, and it's all done within game. You're not trading with another player. You're just trading up within game to get a rare skin.
Oh, okay.
Therefore devaluing them, and the skin market dropped in value by nearly $2 billion overnight.
$2 billion. Bloody
I mean, that's mental. But
I can see why they tried to do that, but
yeah, but it's a good thing. I mean,
no,
because
it is good.
They need to have a system. I mean, to be honest, the system with CS2 was a bit self-policing anyway, because you can get cool skins for your guns for very, very, very cheap, right? Just you can't get the rare ones.
Yeah, I mean, but Valve love a bit of self-policing, though, don't they? Really?
They do, I mean, they just leave us to it. I prefer that, honestly.
Yeah,
but
me too. Yeah.
The problem is for those people that are on low incomes that perhaps want to trade up shit that they never use for something else. I think that's a good feature, and it means that for people that just want to have cool looking guns that aren't trading, it's good.
I mean, it is great. Although they've destroyed quite a few lives, but could come back.
They have. However, let me tell you this. I feel
the game more honest.
I feel sorry for those people, but this was always going to happen, and you didn't know when it was. It was always going to crash. Put it this way.
Well,
think about how many games that have suddenly dropped in relevance out of nowhere. That could happen to CS2. That could have happened. It could happen tomorrow. Look what happened with Overwatch. One bad update destroyed the entire game.
Yeah, millions stopped playing. What about Rainbow Six Siege? Is that the X update? I think killed it, didn't it, or is that still?
I'm not sure about that. But my point is that your skin inventory on Counter-Strike 2 and its value was always hanging in the balance. And if you didn't know that, that's kind of dumb. If you're sitting on something worth millions, you should have fucking sold it.
Well, like we jumped on like a few years ago now, and I can't even remember when the game came out, to be honest. But yeah, it was around the time it came out, really, like maybe a year after it came out, I guess. We talked. That was one of the first things we talked about when we fired up the game.
What, like buying and selling skins?
Yeah, like the market crash.
Yeah, because it was just bound to happen one day, and it could happen for any fucking reason. And now Valve made an update, and it's happened. I've just got to be honest. I feel terrible for the people that have lost shitloads of money and the people that believed in it, because I don't believe that people deserve to lose money simply because they're stupid or they've made a poor decision. Actually, I don't know. But anyway,
I think it's a good decision, but they probably should have like tapped out a while ago.
Warned people. Oh, but then it would have just crashed the instant the warning came. I don't know what they could have done, but they've made a decision that's better for the people playing the game rather than trading the skins.
But then it's like stock. You have to know when to bow out, innit?
Right, and in the case of the fragile skin market, it was probably fucking straight away.
Fragile skin. Yeah.
Creator of titty-based fighting games Tomonobu Itagaki dies.
Oh man, This was a sad one. I mean, this happened like a month ago, I think, or something. But
it did, but it's worth speaking about. I'm a bit gutted about this. Now there are a few stories about him being a bit of a baddie.
Nah, can't be.
He can't be, man. He gave us Dead or Alive.
No, is he a baddie though?
We'll get into that. You tell your story about Dead or Alive, because we played it. Believe it or not, we've played Dead or Alive since the first one.
Yeah, we played since the first one. I mean, I remember being blown away by stuff like Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate on the Xbox, like how that looks back then. I mean,
fucking belter of a game.
Yeah, exactly. But like all of the games, they weren't like terrible fighting games, but they like were really probably some of the most fun you could have in a fighting game.
And I would say probably out of any fighting game ever released, the most intuitive to play.
Yeah,
right?
And a lot of characters were really well made, and even though they had like a lot of flair to them, like more than like say Virtua Fighter, you could tell how the characters were going to play based on how they looked, really.
Yeah, and I mean, to put it a certain way, is that when we used to play DOA 4, we would do everyone would go random, and we'd do winner stays on. And the fact that you could pick up a random character and fight fairly decently with them because they just played somewhat intuitively, it's amazing. I mean, it's not as complicated or deep as Virtua Fighter, and it's doing something somewhat similar, but but they were fucking amazing games, and I'm gutted. Because, do you know, I hoped that one day we'd see a return to form of that series, and I think with Itagaki dead, it's very unlikely that will ever happen.
No, exactly. I mean, like you'd hope at some point that they would have got him back on board, because it was never the same when after he left, really, to be honest.
He also made the Ninja Gaiden reboot that a lot of people were fond of, and I know Dead or Alive are like, they're Guna games, right?
I mean, they are, yeah.
But they were the original Guna game. Like, it was just a guy who goes, I like tits, I like fighting, let's go. And I'm like, yes, mate, I'm here for it.
I was speaking of tits, actually, breasts, should I say? Sorry, apologies.
When we first rented this game, how old were we?
What year did it come out? 1997?
Something like that.
So, yeah, it was...
I would have been 9.
It was not... yeah, so in 1997, I was 12. So, yeah, I mean, we got this game. We literally rented every fighting game from Blockbuster to try out. Battle Arena Toshinden.
Actually a good game. Cardinal Sin.
Bushido
Blade.
That's how we actually got into SNK games, renting King of Fighters from Blockbuster.
That's true.
It was actually a rental only.
And now we're one of the 12 people in the world that love SNK.
Exactly.
But anyway, yes, we rented Dead or Alive once,
DOA,
the first one.
We rented it once. And, I noticed, there's some advanced physics going on in this game. There is actually another story I have to tell. But the physics one is a good one because, so I saw that the breast sort of jiggled a bit. I went into the options. I'm not sure why I went into the options because I never used to. I saw there was a slider for the jiggle physics. I turned it right up when my parents weren't around, and it was really silly. Like, one step would make them move for ages. But I was sort of like having a fight, and I remember I was Tina, and
classic, of course.
I like the grappler characters.
Oh, yeah.
I like her and Bash. They're all nice.
I like it for the fight. To be honest, we do actually like it for the fighting, but go on.
Yeah, exactly. But, I was sort of constantly looking over my shoulder. So it wasn't really worth it. So I just...
But they literally defied gravity in that mode, didn't they? I mean, it was silly.
It was like jelly. It was a bit silly.
But you know what?
I got a bit scared and sort of turned it down after one round because I was like looking over my shoulder, worried that like my parents would like come in and.
But this is the first ever game to feature jiggle physics, right?
Yeah,
and yes, it was
we
only
knew
used.
it was one of those sort of like defining moments where.
Sean.
Well, we're in the future, you know what I'm saying?
No, but my point is that this is the first game to feature jiggle physics, right?
It is actually kind of funny because the graphics are kind of advanced, though, isn't it?
For the time they were, and that specific system it had no bearing on the fighting, but it has been used in other things since, right? Yeah, and not just for tits, but also we noticed that when we're playing Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Marco's hair uses jiggle physics because he's got a big pompadour style hairdo, right? And it uses jiggle physics. I'm like, there are other applications to this that aren't tits. But genuinely, seeing it at the time, like I was 9, I didn't give a fuck about the Guna nature of the game. But I did see the physics and go, fucking hell, that's advanced.
Yeah,
it's a shame they've only used it on these breasts that I will not come to care about for another few years. But, I mean, come on. Dead or Alive, and also, to be honest, and this is not a joke, the fighting in Dead or Alive games has always been fucking amazing. And it's a sad fact that this man has died. Now, there is no cause of death at the moment, right? And he was a controversial figure in the industry. He said he worked people way too hard and he gave out the abuse and things like this.
Oh.
But
praising them.
But his work is amazing.
It is.
Do you like Michael Jackson's songs?
Yeah, I guess.
What about The Man?
Not really.
There you go. Right.
But no, I mean, to be fair, I've always had an admiration for him. To be honest.
Tomonobu Itagaki or Michael Jackson?
I mean, Tomonobu, man.
Look, the thing is people like this that have got decent games made throughout the years. It's unfortunate that a lot of them turn out to be baddies, but I'm not sure. Look, I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. That's all I've heard, and I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's allegations. I don't know if it's one. I don't know if it's multiple. But here's what he says, right? So his family got a hold of his Twitter and put out his last words on the Twitter. And he said, "Words I leave behind. The flame of my life is finally about to go out. If this message has been posted, it means that the time has come. I am no longer in this world. This final post has been entrusted to someone dear to me. My life was a series of battles, and I kept on winning. I know I caused trouble for many along the way. But I followed my convictions and fought to the very end. I have no regrets. Only one thing weighs on me. I'm deeply sorry to all... You think he was going to apologise to all the people? No. I'm deeply sorry to all my fans that I couldn't bring you a new work. I truly am.
Oh, yeah.
That's just how it is, so it goes. Tomonobu Itagaki."
Oh.
Look, I don't know. I've just heard very fifth-hand information. I don't know if he actually was a baddie. That's all I know. But
Maybe
he sort of admits it a little bit there.
Maybe he's just a bit of an angry boss sometimes, you know?
Or maybe a tyrannical, horrible boss that actually did bad things. I don't know. But nonetheless... Nonetheless...
Go do our research.
Nonetheless...
Maybe come back with a rebuttal.
Rip in peace, and he made some good games. If he was a baddie... Sorry that we like the games.
If anyone's got any information, chip in, or opinions.
If Itagaki's family, no.
Because, all I've had is, he makes good games. He's a bit of a crazy rock star genius, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he had good philosophies as well. Good philosophies on good games.
He had good game design philosophies.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he did.
All right? Because you can't say the man had good philosophies because he might have had some bad ones.
Oh, no, I mean gaming philosophies, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Rumours about a new Xbox.
Let's go.
Rumours about a new Xbox have been circling.
That's really silly. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, what do you mean let's go? Let's go to the bin. Let's go to the fucking shithouse.
I just heard new and then I was like, oh.
I like new things. I like boxes. What? There's an X in front of it. Fuck that. Rumours about a new Xbox have been circulating and apparently it's going to be a powerhouse and will be released in 2027. It will cost somewhere between £760 and Jesus Christ. And £1,160.
It's mental.
This is very surprising because of the performance of the last two Xbox iterations. Well, it's like in Fleabag when her cafes not doing very well, and a guy comes in and orders a sandwich, and she's like, "That'd be £14.86."
Yeah, it's like
that's what's happening with Xbox. They're like, well, not many people are buying the Xbox at the moment, but if we charge them 3 times the amount, then they'll buy it. It's the dumbest shit ever, because what will happen is the people that were previously buying it will not buy it anymore.
I think some of the same people will buy it.
Yeah, but considerably less. I think it's so fucking stupid and short-sighted. Jesus. Anyway, the performance of the last two Xbox iterations have done really bad, and it's also very risky given how much money it will cost and the reluctance of consumers to spend that much money on a console historically. With the PS3, that's a good fucking example. Sean actually wrote this news story stole it from somewhere else and put it in the document. But yes, the PS3, when it first came out, that was at the point where PlayStation could do no wrong. They were king shit of fuck mountain. They've just made the best selling console of all time, the PS2, which, later got dethroned by the Wii. But they literally everyone was a PlayStation guy. Yeah, even people that just use it as a DVD player had the odd game that they played.
They did I can't remember the game, but Buzz.
GTA 3 was a big one. Yeah. And then they released the PlayStation 3, and when it came out, the only reason, and the Xbox 360 is amazing, but the only reason that so many people flocked to it rather than going with a known quantity was the price of the PS3. It was 550 quid.
Yeah.
So considering that PlayStation 2 were they're getting their knobs tickled all over the place by everyone in the world, and they released it and it was too expensive, everyone noped out, right? My point is, if Xbox, the company that nobody even trusts in the first place, are going to do the same fucking thing, who is going to buy this crap?
This vastly untrusted brand. I mean, how's the new Xbox ROG doing? Probably terrible, isn't it?
Oh, it does look good, though, to be fair. But that's because it's an ROG thing with an Xbox logo slapped on it.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
I would love to get an ROG Ally.
Those are good, yeah.
Anyway,
also that's double the price of an ROG, isn't it? So just with the Xbox.
But I think the idea is that it plays current games, but doesn't the ROG Ally play some current games? I know the Steam Deck kind of doesn't. Like you can't play the latest AAA. but you could play the latest, a lot of different things.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
When we played Tekken on Steam Deck, it was reduced graphics.
Yeah,
but it works fine.
It works fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if you want to buy a console for 3 times the price of another console made by people that haven't made a good console in about 15 years, and then this is for you. Oh, what's this next story? Simpsons in Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I put this in there, but
No, I'm not either.
you can read this out there.
Skins such as Evil Homer and Sexy... Oh, come on. Sean has written 6 Sexy Flinders in here. And Sexy Flanders included in the Battle Pass along with the Springfield map. I don't know, I like it. Who cares? Fine.
It kind of like it's kind of cool because you got the whole of Springfield in there, but it's also quite funny that people are bowling about, like groups of Marges are bowling about. Like some people just want to like tour Springfield, and then these groups of Marges are coming around like killing people that are just
back away from your mic ever so slightly. But yes, that is very funny.
And but that's sort of like quite nice. I mean, I saw the Battle Pass and I was like, yeah, that is cool. And then they like just today announced Krusty.
Come on.
The clown, by the way, if you didn't.
Not Krusty Justy from Screenwave Media. Just in case you were confused. Fucking... No, but look, I wish I liked Fortnite, to be honest with you. It seems like a lot of fun. And the part of... Isn't, like... A lot of people are annoyed at, like, people that go... Oh, that's Master Chief from Fortnite. That's Goku from Fortnite. You know, he's kind of annoying. But, come on, isn't part of the fun, like... Isn't it kind of funny to see Peter Griffin beating the shit out of gorillas or like groups of roving Marges hunting down Master Chief? Do you know what I mean? That is fucking funny, isn't it?
I mean, it's sort of like
when you actually
capitalism gone wild, really. Because I mean, Eminem and Ariana Grande are in the game as well, and you could.
Yeah, but like
it's
in a game
cool,
that is about it's just fucking cartoonish characters fighting other cartoonish characters, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with whatever trend being in Fortnite. I kind of like it, and I like the fact that
I don't mind
they have unique abilities. It's specifically supposed to be an unbalanced game only about having fun, and that's fine, isn't it? Just I don't like it, but come on, groups of roving Marges.
There's good, and you can now actually do that, like the Homer backing into a bush as well, which is quite.
Well, is that an ability he has?
No, it's just people just like hiding in a bush,
but going backwards.
Yeah,
that's good. I like it, man. I like it. And did you see that one? There was with the. I know they're not called the gorillas, but you know, gorillas when they got put into the game. Yeah. There's you can. They put the stems of the songs into the game, so one person can start playing the bass, and let's say the drummer comes in, he'll do the taunt, and then the drums will automatically sync up, and they'll start playing Gorillaz song, right? I think that's fucking great. What I love is there's a clip that kind of went viral. I hate that term, but like it was 3 people, and one I can't remember the name of the characters from Gorillaz, but it was the singer and the bassist and the drummer, and they were a group of 3 that were playing together, and another guy came up and like wanted to join in, and then they immediately stopped playing the song, shot the shit out of him, killed him, and then immediately started up, what's that one, Feel Good Inc. And they immediately start playing it again, and it's a funny clip, man. Yeah, I just sort of hate Fortnite a bit.
Yeah, me too. But
we played it during beta, and we had a lot of fun with it. I liked it when the game...
I liked the honest sort of nature of the game back then, though, really. Yeah.
When it was basic.
Yeah.
It was just, you build shit, there's 5 different guns, and you have to avoid each other. And it was a good game mode. Now, I think that with all the additions, it's become too complicated and got far away from the game that I like.
Yeah,
PUBG, though, is still that.
Yeah, but that's a bit bland.
It is, but the community sort of make it, I guess. But
yeah.
It is a bit. But come on, Fortnite in beta looked like ass.
Yeah, it did.
And the character models were so shit, man.
It was very much a like 2009 looking game back then.
I prefer the look of PUBG, to be honest with you. So, yeah. But I don't know.
Well, yeah, true.
My niece enjoys Fortnite, so there's that.
Yeah. Well, I just thought the Simpsons ones looked kind of cool, to be honest.
Do you ever remember that time? This is a story that makes me look like a bit of a dick, but we were at the pub and she was there. I won't mention her by name, but you know who it is.
Yeah.
And it was my niece, and she was talking about Fortnite, and I had 2 pints, and I was going, fuck, no, I wasn't saying that, but I was trying to claim that Fortnite was easy and that she should come and play Valorant, a real man's game. And she was like, and I said at the end of the night, I was like, what's a good amount of kills to get on Fortnite? And then she was like, I don't know, 15? I'm like, I'm going to go home right now, I'm going to install Fortnite, and I'm going to get more. And then she was like, you're trying to one up a child at a video game. And I was like, yeah, I need to stop.
But also, I was sort of trying to tell you that Fortnite is actually harder because you got a lot more to keep up with, and then it's always changing. So it's
no, there is no way. There's no way.
It's actually more difficult than Valorant.
The knowledge base is higher, but I think the actual shooting people is harder than Valorant.
I don't know, man.
It fucking is.
Once you sort of know everything. I mean, yeah.
But the skill ceiling in Valorant is almost infinite. That's the fact.
Yeah.
And in Fortnite, it's just, I don't know. Right. Anyway, look, let's get off of Fortnite for a bit. Yeah. Soldier Boy selling old Temu emulator devices again. Why is he doing this, Matt? Why is he doing this again?
Yeah, he's done it. I mean, it's a very famous blunder that he did back in the day.
Well, he was selling, and we talked about this. The emulation devices that have now become popular, there used to be, and they were very good, like ones that you would plug into your TV. Yeah. And we said there should be more of those, and that was what Soldier Boy originally made. He made a game. We didn't make a game console.
He didn't really make it.
No, he did exactly that. He bought, is it called drop shipping? I don't know. But he bought a bunch of emulator boxes that you plug into your TV. The trouble is that the whole idea about these emulator devices coming with ROMs on them, first of all, I want to say 2 things. Don't buy the ones that have ROMs on them. And it's not because I'm against it, but because the ROMs they dump onto there are shitty and don't work and will rarely save.
Yeah, like 70% of the ROMs don't work.
But it's for idiots that don't know where to get them, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing is that the whole idea that they ship with ROMs on them is it's something they never actually admit. They get influencers to say it on their adverts. Oh, it comes with 25,000 games. But if you look at the website documentation and all of this, they never say it. Now, when I got my emulation device, I had the option of it shipping with 128 gig memory stick inside it, right? SD card. And I was like, well, yeah, I could do with a new SD card. Fuck it, I'll put it on there. What that means is you want 128 gig of ROMs for free. I didn't know that at the time, but they never expressly say it. But ordering an SD card is shorthand for saying, give me some ROMs. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just like a loophole, really.
So it's a loophole, right? But the thing is, when Soldier Boy came out with his console, that he didn't name the Soldier Boy, right? Which is a big misstep.
Yeah, that's a huge misstep, yeah.
But he came out with it and he said, I'm making this video game console, and loads of people do this. They buy stuff off Temu, brand it, resell it, right? We know this. But he was doing it, and he was out and out. Look, you could put fucking ROMs on this bitch. Let's get, and it was like, comes with 25,000 fucking ROMs, and it's like, don't say it, mate.
Yeah, you can't.
Got himself in hot water. Got a cease and desist from Nintendo and Sony.
Yeah.
And couldn't sell it anymore, and now he's doing it again.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing again. His reputation further tarnished. The Fruity Loops demo expert is now in
his entire first album was recorded on the FL Studio demo, for those that don't know. It hasn't been called Fruity Loops in a long time, by the way. It's called FL Studio now.
Oh.
Because they're trying to be classier. But anyway, yes, very, very weird and funny. I mean, it is sad that a lot of people fall for this shit with when it comes to resellers selling them, right? I have no problem. You've just got to, like, the devices are good. You've just got to understand, buy them directly from the manufacturer. I know we all disagree with what China are doing, but buy them directly from the manufacturer. Don't buy them from people reselling them on TikTok because they're doubling the price, right? If you're going to buy them, it is unethical, but you want all the ROMs, you want the games, so do buy it, but buy it directly from the manufacturer. Don't buy it from some cunt reseller. Like that, who's the fat bloke from People Just Do Nothing, who plays Craig?
Oh, him, yeah.
Where he's selling the Temu laptop for 75 quid.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows him for his terrible TikTok videos now, but...
Yes, and he's with a girl that is way out of his... Anyway, look, the point is...
She's sort of waiting for him to
die of a heart attack, yeah. Here's the thing, though, but he was doing that. He was doing exactly that. He was buying £75 laptops off Temu and then reselling them. It's like, if you want a really trash, shitty laptop that will last you a month and you only want it to send emails, buy it directly from the manufacturer.
Does he not feel guilty about the house fires and that?
What house fires? Because of cheap devices.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. All the evidence burns itself, mate. Maybe that's what Soulja Boy's hoping will happen. Anyway, look, Soulja Boy, he did say in a recent interview with, not even that recent, with Charlemagne, he said he's trying to be a billionaire. Do you reckon he's going to do it by selling stuff he's bought on AliExpress?
Probably not. Maybe he should go back to making music. I mean,
are you joking?
Yeah.
That's something he shouldn't have done to begin with.
Yeah, I know, but that was the most successful venture for him. You know?
Do you know where it went wrong, though? And I'm going to go off piste a bit here. Do you know where it went wrong? The problem is that Soulja Boy was seen as the kid-friendly rapper, right?
Was he?
Yeah, and young people liked him. Like, hey, I've got a new dance for y'all. It's called the Soulja Boy. Crank that Soulja Boy.
When you say young people, because I was young at the time this was released. So
yeah, I'm talking but when you...
Like children.
Children,
okay.
Right? So it's rap music that children can listen to. And I just said rap music, hip-hop. But do you know what happened was that his image changed overnight when a burglar came in his home and Soulja Boy shot him and then talked about it on a YouTube video. And suddenly he wasn't the kid-friendly rapper anymore. Now he's trying to sell knockoff Game Boys.
Yeah, that's... Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So his main audience went out the window.
When he played Braid and that.
Come on, that's one of the best. I cannot believe
that's his crowning achievement.
I cannot believe I haven't used that as a sting. No. This game is called Braid. I don't even know what the fuck you do. It's got no real point. But look at this. What a fucking video, man. Anyway, that's it for the news. Let's go on to what you've been playing.
All right, let's go.
Here, mate. What's your game? What's your game? What's your game, mate?
Shut up. What's your game? Shut up. What's your game?
Here, mate. What's your game?
What's your game? Pussy old dickhead.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the big boy, man. It's SNK World Championships.
Oh,
It finally happened, right? You know the journey that we've been on with Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and the SNK World Championships happened. 1.5 million for the World Championships of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves.
E.T. was there because he
we'll talk about that in a minute, but we also had the King of Fighters 15 had a tournament for $500,000, and we had the last one that was Art of Fighting 3.
No, King of Fighters was like one. That was millions. King of Fighters.
Was it $1 million?
I thought it was 1.5 million for the winner.
No, it was 1.5 mil was the Fatal Fury one, man.
Oh, okay.
So it might have been $1 million. But anyway, we also had Art of Fighting 3, and we'll get into that. So Art of Fighting 3 is this was the weirdest tournament we've ever watched, right? Because it was it's a game that literally there doesn't exist a legal way to play it online, right? And it's a SNK fighting game that is the first ever game in history to use motion capture. It's a realistic type ish, sort of goes from a realistic feel.
The physics are realistic.
It's more like Virtua Fighter before Virtua Fighter was a thing.
Yeah. So what we thought was loads of the fighting game professionals were going to be jumping on this. Because of the money.
Yeah, and we actually went and played it before the tournament to get a bit of an understanding about Art of Fighting 3 and how it works, and really enjoyed it, didn't we? And
yeah, a lot, yeah.
It's a very, very good, competent game, but we were on Fightcade, which is the online platform for playing basically old arcade games online. It's not really legal. And
it's a grey area.
Yeah, and in the run-up to the tournament, there was nobody online, right? So the tournament that ended up happening, right, because the only legal version of Art of Fighting 3 that currently exists is on GOG.com and doesn't have online play. So the tournament consisted of people that have played it themselves at home and then come to the tournament?
Yeah, so we had California Arcade Games.
No, it was it California Arcade Game?
Game, yeah. Cause,
It was game. It was one game.
Yeah, 'cause
he likes that game.
Because they'd run out of characters.
There was not a single professional, there's nobody that does it for a living playing that game.
No, we thought the likes of Zhao Hai and ET were going to be jumping on this for the
But
cash.
it was just random lads that nobody knew. They ended up playing it. California Arcade Game went to the final. Was it Arcade? No, it was Arcade Game California, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was
that's
Arcade Game California versus a Japanese player we'd never heard of, and they were just pulling out techniques they'd learned by themselves. Never played another human opponent. In the case of Arcade Game California, right? Maybe there's an arcade somewhere in Japan where people are playing this game against each other, right? And they're getting proper experience playing against other players. But Arcade Game California, he's from California. There is definitely not an Art of Fighting 3 machine.
I mean, they have a good fighting game scene in California, famously. So there must be at least one other guy who's into it.
Yeah, or Arcade Game California just decided to lab it by himself and just see where he got to in the tournament. He ended up getting to the final. He was the most regular looking bloke.
I've got to say, he looks like a guy. He looks like a guy who would probably either own an arcade or run a fighting game tournament.
And maybe he put this up. Yeah. I mean, and he was just a geezer in an Iron Maiden t-shirt that just came out and just played a game. And as evidenced by the fact that he won the semi-finals, had to do a reset and go into the finals against this Japanese player. And while the two pundits were talking about the tournament, we could see Arcade Game California shuffling around, not knowing where to go, not knowing what was going on, didn't realise he was on camera, went to walk off stage at one point, not realising that actually he's in the next game, so just stay put. I mean, it was mad, but entertaining as fuck, right? Because it was so weird and surreal seeing these people play a game that has never been played. But we had the theory about it, right? City of the Wolves is SNK's most recent game. KOF 15 is their most popular game, and they had to have one classic in there, right? Not only that, but...
Well, they were sort of trying to gear up Kitsune Tag Battle as well.
Yeah, Kitsune Tag Battle. Is it? No, it's Kazuna Tag Battle.
Oh, Kazuna Tag.
Was another one they advertised a lot, but that wasn't played. But that's their most recent retro release, which is weird. But also, we know that they're developing Art of Fighting 4 at the moment, right? So we thought at some point in the tournament, Art of Fighting 4 was going to get announced. And boy, were we surprised. I mean, Jesus. So anyway, we watched that tournament, and we watched the King of Fighters 15 tournament. That might have been the best fighting game tournament I've ever watched, including the one we watched in person at Birmingham.
It was some of the best. Probably, I mean, we've been really fortunate this year. I mean, probably some of the best fighting. Some of the best matches ever in fighting games have happened this year, and King of Fighters 3, that was no exception. I mean, King of Fighters 15, I was thinking of Art Fighting 3, but yeah, King of Fighters 15, that was no exception really. Every match, I mean, everyone really played their best.
And I'm sorry to say this, but also look, the reality is that SNK have always been the underdog, but their games. They've made too many of them. But the best fighting games in the world, in my opinion, are all SNK ones, right? Garou, Mark of the Wolves, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, King of Fighters 13, King of Fighters 98.
Well, there are a lot of good fighting games, but these are the best of the best.
They're the best of the best.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the unsung hero of the fighting game industry. But since the Saudi acquisition of SNK, obviously we've had these tournaments, and the KOF 15 tournament. To put it in perspective, KOF 15 is a game where you pick a team of 3 fighters and have to beat the other opponent's 3 fighters before they beat yours. It's not a tag game, but your fighters come on one after the other, right? And it's a very fast game. It's a very execution-heavy game. And some of the greats that we know from Fatal Fury City of the Wolves and also from other games were competing against each other. And I won't go over the whole tournament, but right. So we had Zhao Hai, who it was in the final, and he was He's a professional player backed by things like Sony and stuff like this, right?
And he's won several Evo tournaments.
He's won several Evo tournaments. He's one of the best players in the world. One of the coolest and calmest under pressure, right? One of the big things in fighting games is staying calm under pressure, and he's probably the best in the world at doing so, right?
Famously, in 2024, entered Street Fighter 6 for a laugh and came in the top 6.
Yeah, he was just doing it to be like, fuck it, the games I play, nobody fucking plays because they're all SNK ones. Now that's changing, thankfully. But yeah, entered Street Fighter 6 and then just did fucking amazingly.
He even brought his arcade stick that he won that time to the tournament.
This tournament, yeah. And he was against a Brazilian player by the name of Lau Yagami. And he is a pro, but he's a pro as in he's in a very low tier, not really known of Brazilian esports team, right?
He beat Goichi.
He beat Goichi, who was the previous world champion of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and managed to get to the final to play against Xiao Hai. And what was fucking amazing about this was not only is Lau Yagami one of the most talented fighting game players I have ever seen. Like, the things he was pulling off were fucking incredible. Like, the not only did he use what I would say some B-tier characters, but use them in such creative ways that he managed to overcome Xiao Hai, and managed to do so while he was the most nervous I've ever seen a man in his life. Like, Xiao Hai makes millions off of playing fighting games. Lau Yagami has never made a fucking penny, and he turned up. And between the matches, when it cut to Lau Yagami's face, you could see he was wiping sweat off his face. He was really stressed, wasn't he?
We've. I mean, I've never I've seen him in so many tournaments, and I've never seen this guy break a sweat or be angry, and he was both. You could see it in his fighting.
Yeah, he broke Xiao Hai.
Also, I'm really good at when the fighting game tournaments happen. A lot of them are really good at keeping their face still or whatever. And I can always sort of see the cracks and stuff.
But Lau Yagami was nervous and clearly in a massively altered emotional and stressed state, right, while this tournament was happening. And he still managed to beat Xiao Hai in one of the greatest victories. Not only so he was in losers bracket, he had to get a reset. So he beat Xiao Hai 3 times in a row to get the reset to then go and try and win the tournament. And then he got beaten, what was it, twice? Then won 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing, and you could, mate. It was really emotional. I mean, the 2 commentators were crying. Fucking Lau Yagami was crying his fucking eyes out, and there was a point where, because this guy has never won a penny, just won £500,000, and when he was hugging his esports team, somebody came over with a mic, and I'm not talking like little crying. He was bawling, wasn't he? He was like, ah!
You could tell he's he thought of his journey, he thought of his family, all of this.
Well, and that's what he did when he thanked everyone, didn't he? And it was really, really, really cool to see. It
was great.
The tournament was so fucking hype for that, and it was just immense to watch that we ended up buying King of Fighters 15.
And we did. Also, we saw one of our guys that we got annoyed at, didn't we?
Lokov, yeah.
Lokov, yeah.
He was a guy that we competed against at Birmingham, and
he was in Team Falcons, but he since then has gone with his own indie team.
No, he was just independent. It was just him.
No, it was just him at this tournament.
Yeah, but previously he
was part of Falcons.
Yeah, he was part of Falcons, but this time, so obviously Falcons didn't manage to win a spot at the World Championships at Birmingham when we played alongside them, but somehow, I don't know how it happened, but Lokov, he had maybe gone to a different tournament and won a spot in the World Championships as an independent. And his games were some of the best. We got annoyed at him at Birmingham because he was coaching his teammates mid-match, which is something us independents did not have access to.
Yeah, exactly.
And it led to some of his teammates winning, which was fucking annoying. But, got to say, he was an amazing player, and we saw him fight Zhao Hai in the losers bracket.
Yeah, he put up a really good fight. I mean, that Marco is insane.
Yeah, and Sean's character from City of the Wolves is being played. We'll get to City of the Wolves in a second, but yeah, insane. So, Lokov is a person that we've met in person, got annoyed at in person, and he's suddenly there as an independent, nearly making it to the finals. But we looked at the standings there, and I don't think he won a penny, did he? Because he was in losers bracket.
He must have come. He must have
Would he have come like fourth?
There was cash up to like 10th place. So
he must have won about
a good
15 grand or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That was hella fun. Anyway, then we watched the Fatal Fury tournament, which as well was amazing. It wasn't quite as good as the KOF one, but still unbelievable.
Yeah, it was,
And we saw Goichi fight against Lagia, who's a player I'm not familiar with, but he was Taiwanese, right?
Yeah. We've seen him about, I think, to be
I'm sure we have. I recognised him. Yeah. Goichi was the previous winner of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves and was like the world champion, right? And now
faced off against ET.
Yes, exactly. ET, our close personal friend who we've met in real life.
Friend of the show, proved by a photo.
I do have a photo with him. Yeah, this match was crazy. Do you know what's funny, though? Is that Goichi, we're saying, like, he seems like a really nice fella, right? And I like him. He seems like a very humble person.
Yeah, he does,
But he looks like a nan.
Yeah, he does. He looks.
If you said to me that's an old Japanese woman, you wouldn't. You would just go, all right, yeah.
Yeah, you would.
To the point where I remember there was a famous meme where he was on stage with another player and they decided to do kind of a stupid thing. At the end of their game, if somebody lost, they would pretend to have a massive crash out and rage, right?
Yeah.
And the photo became very famous because Goichi was standing by while his opponent raged, and he was holding his face sort of in a bit of a, I don't know how to say it, but like a sort of pansy-ish way, and looking a bit shocked while his opponent raged. And it was the most nannish thing I've ever seen in my life.
But yeah, I mean,
what's funny is
that was also an in joke as well. The raging thing.
No, I know, it's an in joke. They decided to do it on purpose, but it's just Goichi. He's got the presence of a nan, and even he has to sit really far away from the screen because of his eyesight.
I like the way he sits with his hands on his lap as well.
Yeah, it's weird, man. He's got such a bizarre nan-energy to him. And then at one point during the finals, right, at a certain point he got up and he knocked his little water bottle over, and you could see him like doing a gesture with his hands to ask for a wipe, like he was going to wipe it up, despite the fact that he's the main event.
No, that was nice.
No, I like the fact that he's humble, but it was very funny because
a lot of people there, though, when he was fighting Lagia, they wanted him to win because Goichi had scooped up so much cash.
He'd recently, just playing Fatal Fury, had won 2.5 million over two tournaments, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you and I were rooting for Lagia, and of course he ended up winning. But who did Lagia play? Was it Marco? No. Who did Lagia play? Hotomaru. And Goichi was Marco.
Oh, yeah, because Goichi has a good Marco.
He does. And finally, your character, who's previously been sort of very low mid-tier, due to recent buffs, we saw him getting a lot of play over the tournament. Not only that, but fucking saw Goichi, the best player in the world, playing Marco, doing a blinded job.
I always thought with Marco, though, to be honest, like there's so much to... uncover still, with Marco.
It needed time. Yeah. And we saw him being played a lot. Lokov was using him.
Yeah.
And doing a fucking amazing job as well.
It was a bit of a better tournament to not see Kynes all over the place, to be honest.
It was nice. It was a good change. It's a shame that Hotomaru is still very big.
But
we saw.
I thought Lagia did incredible with her, though, to be honest.
Yes, he did. And ended up beating Goichi.
Yeah.
So this guy that was, I mean, he's probably a kind of a big name, but like ended up dethroning Goichi, which I think is a massive feat and not to be underestimated. Like it's very, very cool that he won.
Yeah.
Ended up winning 1.5 mil. But then we looked at it and it was sort of like, I can't remember how much Goichi won, but it was a silly amount of money. And it was just like...
Yeah, to come third or whatever.
No, he came second, obviously, because he was in the final. If Lagia and Goichi are in the final, and Goichi loses.
Oh, it was them two in the final, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then-
okay, yeah.
So Goichi, he won what, £750,000.
Yeah,
It's
something
like,
like that.
so it's like he came second. I think he's all right, to be honest with you. Yeah, that was very, very cool to see. Amazing tournament. And of course,
A lot of surprises. ET got knocked out quite early for ET anyway, you know.
He did, and also, seeing some of the people that we fraternised with being there was pretty amazing. But the big surprise was that, obviously, we know that Art of Fighting 4 is in development, right? We know it's in development. They've done the Art of Fighting 3 tournament, and we're like, fucking hell, we're getting a new SNK fighting game. And not only that, Art of Fighting 4, a great game. Anyway, midway between the KOF tournament and the Art of Fighting tournament, there was, the screen goes black. SNK appears on the screen. Sean and I, we got on Discord and we were watching it together, and we were hype as fuck, and we're like, this is it. And not only that, but recently SNK, they released a little teaser of Ryo from Art of Fighting 3 throwing his mask to the ground, and all they said was, people who know, right? So the screen goes black at this tournament. We're like, fucking hell, is it going to be? And Sean and I, we're like, yes, I can't believe it, right? The screen, it turns to a shot of a stage. We see a leg come into view. Hang on. That's not a character from... That's Chun-Li's leg. What the fuck? Turns out it was just an announcement for Chun-Li being in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Something we already knew had been announced. And they'd sent out beta codes of Chun-Li to people already.
Yeah, but they gave us the date. I mean, it was cool when they did that for Ken at Evo.
It was just a date announcement for a thing we already knew was coming.
Like,
We thought, but we thought it was going to be a new game.
Yeah, but we thought that, and we were disappointed. But imagine if we didn't have any expectations. It's like Chun-Li out now. Whoa,
that would have been cool, but they set up the expectations. It's not my fault that I thought that Art of Fighting 4 was coming. It's their fault.
Yeah, they did.
They knew what they were doing, man.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Also, we have to talk about the commentator. I don't know him by name, but fucking hell, man, this guy... Like, we spoke about him before when in the previous Fatal Fury tournament happened, and we were saying that he said cringe shit. Now he's saying cringe shit, but he's also become comfortable with his... employment status, I guess, as a commentator on SNK shit, and as a result has just started. He's a massive gooner, and he cannot turn it off. So
it's a bit worrying, to be honest. With you, I mean, it's just weird, isn't it?
It's really weird, right? So he'll be commentating on the game. One of the big things is there's a character in the game called Angel, who's like him, a Latina character, right? Yeah. Who's like, I don't know, meant to be conventionally attractive, right? I get it. Talk about the fighting, mate. Because you know what?
But it was in the final as well.
The final?
I've watched clips of the final where he's going, her long legs, this beautiful woman.
Yeah, and he is that. And there was a point where
some of the
he goes,
best shit.
You know, when she comes in, she's going to be kicking you with those long, beautiful legs, man. And it's like, bruv, calm down. Turn it off for a minute.
It's like some of the best action King of Fighters has seen.
It was incredible. The tournament was incredible. And then this guy was just like... And when she comes whirling in and your head is between her legs, you're going to be having a good time but a bad time. And it was like, what are you talking about? But it was so infuriating because Sean and I were just trying to watch it and enjoy it. And then every so often we hear his gooner comments about the characters. He'd be like, even during character select, he'd be like... Oh, this never happened, but he was like, well, she's picked Mai. It looks like somebody's gonna die today, but they'll die happy, and like stuff like that. It's like, fucking shut up, man.
Shit, get him out of there, man.
Get him out of there. I don't like it, man. I just hate the fact he just could not stop every single fucking game. Just say the woman's kicking the man. You don't need to say she's kicking him with beautiful long legs all the time. I mean, fucking get a grip, man.
Yeah, nobody cares about that, man.
See, Tobu don't. But anyway, the point is that it was a really, really good tournament. And I posted it...
Just goon in your own time, though, isn't it?
Just goon in your own time, right? We all goon, but we don't do it while watching fighting games occur. But anyway, the tournament was so good, I ended up posting it on our Discord and just said, anyone could enjoy this, especially the KOF one, right?
Yeah.
The City of the Wolves one is a slower game, and I do think that maybe if you don't know the ins and outs of it, it might not seem as exciting. But the KOF one, the fucking speed and execution on the things these guys were doing, it was insane. Loved it, absolutely loved it. We should move on, because we've got our first ever review code, Sean.
Yeah, you did.
No, we both did. You've got a game on Steam.
I
Let's talk about
technically-
Shockwave Triggers.
Shockwave Triggers. Let's go.
Should we? Because I mean,
Now
you can,
this is a big release within the shmup community, right?
Nice.
Now, shoot 'em ups, obviously they're one of my favourite types of games, and probably the type of genre that I have the most expertise in, I'd say, in terms of being a decent player.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
the shmup community on Reddit, right? Every fucking the trouble is with shmups is you get most people who are beginner developers think it's an easy genre to make. That's where the term Euro shmup comes from. It's just where people make absolute sloppy games that are terrible. And the thing
It's
is,
like their first sort of game, like they're sort of testing stuff and then they just put it out anyway.
they don't understand how intricate and wonderful these games can be. You know what I mean? And like how I don't know, complex and brilliant they are, and then they just make something where you just scroll to the right and shoot shit, but there's no thought put into the patterns and the way the enemies move and the pacing, and they don't understand how much of an art form it is, right? We get 20 of those a fucking day on the shmup Reddit. Hi, I'm making my first game, and it's some trash thing. I'm looking at you, fucking Platypus Reclayed, one of the shittest games to come out this year. However,
anyone who doesn't know these things should probably go and play, like, for example, I guess, like, apart from all the cave games, like something like Raiden 4 or 5, because those are like the sort of like patterns and all of that. It's just like beautiful.
Well, it's hypnotic, and also it's like there's such an artistry to the pacing and the challenge, right? Yeah. That cannot be matched by a lot of other genres, and also the movement in shmups. People think it's basic because you just move in 4 different directions, but it's almost like chess, right? When you think about it, it's like the amount of different possible moves that could be made at any given point are so numerous that it makes it actually a very, very complicated situation in comparison to, say, Mario, where you're only moving 2 directions or jumping. That's it. In a shmup, there's like a million different moves you can make at any different moment, and
I mean,
good developers...
Depends, like Mario World. I mean, that's sort of...
No, the movement is complex in Mario World, but still less intricate than a shmup. Sorry, but that's the reality of it. And
I suppose, but then we got... I mean, I suppose we got like years of content being made for Super Mario World, people coming out with new stuff all the time.
And I agree. However, it's just that there is a sort of hidden complexity to shmups the understanding of that complexity from the fact that the movement is so free and creating challenge based around that is something only really talented developers can do. And most people, so on the shmups Reddit, we get 20 people a day sharing their new shmup project, and you can tell instantly that it's shit. And even you've sent me a couple, and I've been, Sean, I know this is shit. Like, I can tell straight away because, I don't know, for loads of different reasons.
But,
now, I hate the fact that so many fucking developers will then spam the progress of their development of their fucking game into the Reddit, because you can tell it's Euro shmup trash that as is thoughtless crap, right?
A similar thing happens in the beat-em-up community as well.
Exactly, right? Yeah. And that's another type of game that has a lot of hidden complexity because of the freedom of it, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so we get to like 20 fucking of these things a day, and it's like people then will spam the next boss they've made, the next enemy they've made, and things like this. And it's always uninteresting Euro shmup nonsense. Then comes along the company Shinu Real Arts, who are... Every single update, he's spamming it. I'm going to be honest with you. He was spamming it. Every time a new thing is added to his game, he's putting it on the Reddit. And that would usually annoy me, if not for the fact that his game, Shockwave Triggers, every single update, I can tell he's making the right decisions. Every single thing that he's doing is like informed by the greatest shmups out there, and he knows how to create a genuine, real challenge. And not only that, the one thing is that, okay, the animations are beautiful. The animations are amazing. The artwork is done on MS Paint, and it's got a certain style to it. I was saying to Sean, I'd only seen it ever on a phone screen, and therefore when I got it on my big screen, I was a little bit shocked at the low fidelity of it, but the animation's great. The way the things move is great. The program is brilliant. The levels are amazing. Now, he sent us both a code for it, right? I downloaded the code.
Your code worked.
No, your code worked too. And I'll tell you what the fucking problem is, right? Here's what happened. I downloaded it. I played it for about 2 days. I think it's great, right? I think the one problem that it has is that there's a slight pacing issue, that the entire game speed is too fast, right? Enemies die too fast, bullet patterns come out too fast, things like this. But that's a simple fix, and actually the game is designed really, really fucking well. It's a steampunk setting, and it just keeps things basic, but decides to create complexity in the way the bosses move, and also where you destroy different parts of bosses, which is really, really fun and an amazing challenge. Played it for about 2 days. Furthest I've got is to about, because I only do 1 credit plays, I got to about level 3, right? I fucking loved it. It's an incredible shmup and with great style. Trouble is, he put out an update. So when you went to play it, the exe file is no longer present in the fucking game. I went to play it the other day because I thought, I really want to get my teeth into this. You can't understand a good shoot 'em up within playing like an hour. You've got to give it...
No, definitely.
We've been playing Death Smiles for 20 fucking years and still learning new things about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And this fucking game, man, I wanted to get my teeth into it, and we had
Is it gone now? Is your one gone?
Mine's gone too, because I got the update, mate. You've got the latest version, which doesn't have the fucking exe in the fucking file.
Most important file.
Yeah, that's the one file you need, really. Anyway, fucking, I went about 2 weeks ago to go and fucking play it so that I could give it a good, proper review, and I can't play it anymore either. So I'm kind of gutted that, because this game, I've been looking forward to it since he first announced it. I knew he's doing all the right things, and it looks fucking incredible.
So you gave it a well good go, though, to be honest.
I tried to, but then obviously I've been at uni, so I haven't had a chance. And I sat down like to try and play it after the update, and I can't fucking play it anymore. I don't know if there's a way to roll back on Steam to a previous version. I'm sure there is, but mate, come on. It's so at the moment I don't have much to say on it, but I think it's kind of a funny story that we got sent our first review code and neither of us can play it. From what I played, I fucking loved it, man.
No, that's good. That's good.
I hope he puts out another like update where he puts the exe file back in. That would be really great. Love that.
Put the game back in.
But if I could have the game, that's what I'd love.
Can have a
I don't want to sound ungrateful, because thank you to Shinu Realize for sending it to us.
It's good. Like,
I think it's an incredible game.
No.
I need to get stuck into it before I can give it a proper review, and at the moment I can't. So I'm sorry about that.
If you could please send us another review copy, we'll...
Sean, that's not how it works. If he sent you another review copy, what would you think would happen?
I don't know, could we just have the game? And then we'll give
well, you want him to just send you the files?
Yeah, basically.
Because if you send a review copy, you just get a code for Steam, and you have the current version. The current version is the update that discluded the game.
No, I just mean, I was just trying to sound professional. If you could just send us the game, we'll review it next time.
Just send us the exe.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. yeah, just send that to us personally. We'll put it in the folder.
But apart from that, it was pretty cool being sent a review copy.
That was nice. Yeah. Right, so 10 out of 10 on that regard. Yeah. I will say this, look, the point is that every time he was releasing an update, I was excited about it. And that is very, very rare for people's personal projects, that they post too much. But when somebody's done something that you know is going to be fucking great, and I played it and I fucking loved it, I'm like, but no, I can't play the game. I've only played about an hour and it's not enough for me to fucking review it. But cheers. Please put the exe back in. I'd love that.
Yeah, we'll get to it next month if you do send us it.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Seems like good company. So.
Right, now, we do have on our list 2XKO and VSAV. I'll probably skip those because we've been going a bit long.
Yeah, go on then.
But let's talk about Are We There Yet?
Christ. Do we have to, though? I mean, I hate this game, man.
Mate, so look, unfortunately, because of the gaming group that we play games with, we've been playing a lot of Friend Slop. Yeah. RV There Yet looks really good. I sent you the trailer, right?
The premise is just, it's just
genius.
Something else, yeah.
It's so the idea is that you and your mates have been on a massive bender, and you then need to get your the road gets closed, and now you need to go through some wilderness and get your recreational vehicle back home, and you're going through different zones, a little bit like Peak, but instead of climbing a mountain, you're getting an RV through a very treacherous land. Now, the thing is the game is, I don't know, it's a fucking hit, Sean. 13 million people have downloaded this fucking game.
Like, it's one of the most... I saw today that it was literally one of the most downloaded games on Steam at the moment, man.
I don't know what's going on.
It's on the front page of Steam. They must be getting so many refunds, though.
We refunded it because basically the game is that you drive with very, not realistic mechanics, but very clunky mechanics, and that's part of the fun.
But there's so many different elements to the game, like the caravan or RV or whatever you want to call it. That's... like so complex because you got like the inside bit, but then like all of that's properly, I don't know, that's like an indoor bit. That's like
it's fully thought out. You've got shelves where you can put items. You've got places where people can sit so they don't get flung around. You've got a hatch. You've got a roof where you can put shit on to keep for later.
Got a winch on the front as well.
You've got a winch on the front that you can use to get over obstacles, and that means somebody needs to get out, pull the winch, attach it to a tree. You need somebody else or that person on the control to control the winch. It's like
each window is like its own thing, and then you got like each part of the vehicle, like the metal and all of that, is his own kind of thing. But
like it's made out of panels that can be destroyed, and those panels are going to keep you safe from things like bears, from crashes, and things like this. And it's such a good idea because it takes something simple, driving a car, and makes it mechanically complicated and a thing that you all need to work on. Even down to the point where when you're sitting in the car, because of the way the dashboard is, the visibility is low. So you have to get people out there scouting, and you can use gestures to do like, no, you know, when you're doing like backing someone into a parking space, and you could do it with both your hands. You say, come here, no, stop, like things like this.
Yeah, but that's about the only thing that actually works in the game, though. Really.
Yeah, like because you drive the car and you have to shift using the mouse, which I absolutely love. I think it's hilarious because it's so fucking difficult to drive. But the game is so buggy. It is like we got it was so funny because we got disconnected constantly from the game, right?
Yeah, I must have, my game must have crashed probably about 10 to 15 times. I mean, there was literally a time where my game crashed, like because of all like the items that were in our caravan flying about, and then I come back. I mean, my PC is decent as well, but then I come back into the game, look up at the caravan at the wrong angle, and then my game
crashes again.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to get grips with the mechanic. We must have started again over and over, like about 10 times. And then when we were driving at one point, we had a minor crash. And it wasn't even a minor crash. We went over a bump, and every single panel of the car just fell off for no reason.
That's what I wanted to say. I couldn't think of how to put it. But yeah, like all the panels fell off, and then there was a branch of a tree in there. I decided to start up the vehicle, like try and unhook us from this tree branch, and then it was just the vehicle going jung 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 and like vibrating.
And you know what the worst thing was?
For some reason, it turned around. Like, it turned upside down.
We had Ace from it turned upside. Oh, that was when I was gone, wasn't it? Yeah, and then because I got fucking crashed out of the game as well, and I couldn't rejoin. And Ace from the Discord was there as well, and we were just having the most frustrating time with it. And then what happened was as well is that our mate Rob, who's like literally like one of his jobs is, and I'm sorry Rob for this, right? And actually, fucking Katie, the two people that we play with, right? One of them has got a degree in audio tech. The other one is a musician who did all the mastering for the band Colossus. Go and listen now. and he cannot fucking sort his fucking mic out, right? And like,
it's like the cheapest mic going, man.
yeah, and like, so we were having trouble fucking disconnecting from this game constantly, the van falling apart for literally no reason, right? And constant glitches, like people getting flung across the map, like just all sorts of stupid fucking crap. And then suddenly Rob joins with his shitty fucking, we kept calling it the Poundland mic, because it literally sounded like, I'm not going to burden our listeners to this, but we could just hear him talking. It was like, and then, but also we could hear ourselves coming back through his mic, but also like greatly distorted.
I've got to be honest. I'll be surprised if it wasn't from Poundland.
Seriously, and then the very last run that we had, we got the furthest we'd ever got, right? And we were just getting the RV over this patch where we put down wood and all of this.
Oh yeah, the wood. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That was also shit as well.
Well, one of the main... we'll talk about that in a second, but we were trying to get over this hill, and every time Rob spoke, so I was going, right, come this way, right, we need to do this, and he was going... And then fucking a bear came out of nowhere, right? The bear made a noise that sounded so similar to Rob's mic that I didn't understand. I didn't know it was there. It fucking yeeted me out of existence, and then I heard Rob go... Oh no, it's a fucking bear. That was it. Then as soon as I got yeeted, the game crashed and I was like, okay, fuck this.
Yeah, but then you missed the best bit when Katie swerved a slight bit, she taps the bear and then it got yeeted like Team Rocket and Pokemon.
Such a terrible game, man. Great premise, but
yeah, like the
fuck
idea.
Me.
But you can't just come to like Steam with an idea.
It is so far from being released, it's unbelievable. I mean,
also that kind of game, the graphics are incredible as well, aren't it?
Yeah, I like the look of it. I mean, it's very stylized and cool.
Like the I don't know, like there's a lot like to it. Like the trees look good. Like all the items, like there's, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it's a Unity game, and you can kind of tell. But I like the look of it, and I like the little. I don't know what. To be honest, I think of them as being little Russian men. The fact that you can smoke anytime you want and it gives you a speed boost, is so funny to me. And there was a point where, because of a glitch, natch, I was getting yeeted 200 miles in the air, and I just midway through just pulled out a cigarette, lit it, and started smoking.
It's a shame you didn't have a record. Like that.
No, it was one of the most frustrating, but. I haven't laughed that much in years, and it's not because of the way the game was designed. It's because of how buggy and shit it was. Yeah. And then we got to the end of the night, and we're just like, "How long have we played? Good 1 hour 40 minutes. I'm fucking refunding this shit right now." It's so far from being done, Sean. Like my game that I'm making at uni, right, with zero experience, is about similarly buggy to that.
Yeah, I mean. But I mean,
this is a team of people.
It'll probably play better than that, though.
It fucking doesn't. I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, RV there yet, man. If you've seen the hype and you're tempted, right? You are gambling with your own time if you play that fucking game.
Yeah,
because it will not work 90% of the time.
Yeah.
When it does, it has a lot of promise. And as Sean said, one of the things I think they need to patch or change a little bit is there's a mechanic of getting over gaps by using pieces of wood, right? And you've kind of got to line them up. Everyone's familiar with this, where you've got to line it up and get the two sets of wheels to line up onto the wood.
Yeah, but they don't snap in place. So
they don't, and there's no way to sort of rotate and put them into a place. The only way it works is you pick them up and it's sitting vertically in front of you and you drop it,
They're
right?
very fragile.
And you let the physics do the fucking work, right?
They do too much work though, to be honest.
Exactly, but there's no way to precisely place a piece of wood, and I understand that the game is meant to be chaotic, but you can tell the rest of the game is kind of precise, right? Yeah. Even down to the way the car drives is almost too precise to the point of it being very funny. So let us place wood where we want to, as it's such an important mechanic of the game. Do you remember when I got fucking bitten by a snake as well, and all of us? Anyway, yeah, it's not ready. Do not play it until it's full release. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, don't waste your money yet. Keep your eye out.
Right, Sean, you've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Do you want to speak about it, or are we going too long on the episode?
Wait, well, how long's the episode?
Episode is about 2 hours.
I really wanted to talk about FFT.
Right, do FFT and then we'll do questions. No, do FFT
Yeah, we'll do.
then we'll move on.
We'll do a couple of questions. Well, I just wanted to talk briefly about it because this is a really good remake of the original Final Fantasy Tactics, which we didn't really get till much later, but it's it's probably the best SRPG of all time, really, to be honest. If you don't know about it, the story's like a cut above anything Final Fantasy has ever put out. It's amazing. It's like
I've heard
Game of Thrones without the incest.
I'm out. But the whole thing, it revolves around a noble whose best mate is a peasant in the aftermath of a war where a lot of the peasants are left with nothing. And are having to fight each other to survive.
And your main character, he sort of uncovers all this sort of stuff going on, and it goes from there. A lot of really sad, and high gravity moments. Very rewarding story, and the gameplay is just really unmatched, really. I suppose
we spoke about before with Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which was a less story heavy, more gameplay focused. In this, so you have your team of people. Can you recruit and you do sort of battles in a fantasy way? But can you recruit new members, do side missions, this type of thing?
Yeah, you can do all that stuff. You got all the classes as well, all the different trees. So you could be like a knight, and then you can turn into a monk or something like that. You got all these classes. You can recruit new people. You can do all these random battles, and you can just maybe take the mick and just go and train your characters for ages. And
so there is options to go away from the beaten path and just level up if you want to.
Yeah. There is, and I've just. Sometimes I play it for hours, sometimes I play it for 30 minutes and just be sorting out my team and that. But
there's a sort of, I find with a good tactical RPG, one that gets you invested, is there's a sort of logistical fun to sorting out your team, gearing them up, this and the other, but you have to be invested in the story and the battles. Are the battles good in the game?
Yeah, really good. It's as good. It's probably for a 1997 game, it was amazing, and it still is. And they put some nice touches in, like being able to fast forward. When enemies are taking their turns.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Or even on your turn, you can fast forward.
So one of the things, listener, is that the animations are kind of slow, right?
They are, but you can fast forward it now. But I wouldn't recommend doing that when a black mage or another mage is taking their turn to do some magic, because you might miss
who's got damaged and
where they're placing it. But they upgraded the graphics, but just to make it look a bit nicer, so it's got that unique sort of isometric look to it. Not only that, you got some really high grade voice acting, so now you can sort of the voices you had in your head back in the day, those are the voices you'll hear.
But the voice acting is actually good, is it?
It's amazing, man.
So,
really good. I don't know how they did it, really. I don't know how they hired that many cracking voice actors. They are Square, but
one of the questions I had, right, is that I played this quite a lot back in the day on the PSP with the sound off, and I was playing it at lunch. And since then, received a head injury, so I don't remember it that well. Can you answer me this question? So I played Triangle Strategy, right? Which I absolutely loved. But the story was very complicated with a lot of people and a lot of characters, a lot of different houses, like Game of Thrones, right? This, from what I understand, and I don't know if this is true or not, but can you tell me, is it hard to follow, or is it like does it have quite a good level of chill? Can you chill with this?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought maybe it would be hard to follow, but within like a couple of hours, I was like, yeah, I know who this is. I know these guys, you know.
So
yeah,
you could
I was just like, well, once you get into it, like after an hour or two, then at the end of chapter 1 is like, I mean, you're sort of going along and the story is really good. And it is easy to follow after a while, I think, to be honest. Once you get into knowing the characters, you sort of really get into it. And then by the end of chapter 1, it's like, whoa, shit, man. Like,
all right, so you're invested.
Yeah, you left, like, yeah, it just gets incredible. Like,
all right, sweet.
The stakes go even higher. But yeah, like, the story's good. It does have a really good amount of chill. It's a very...
Look at your mic.
Yeah, it's a very nice, chilled game. Nice...
Because I like, with the JRPG, I like to sit down at a time where I would read a good book, before bed, after a shower, that type of thing, right? And is this that? Could I play it for half an hour before I go to bed and enjoy it?
Yeah, you can play it whenever you want, because you can also, with the quality of life upgrades, you can also save at any point as well, even mid-battle.
Sweet.
And,
that is fucking great.
There's also options for blind, deaf, and colourblind people. So that's pretty progressive and sick, in my opinion.
Okay.
And then also you can play the original game if you just want to do that as well.
Oh yeah, that's on there as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I heard though that there's no option to just switch between the graphics at any point.
No, because they're basically separate games. So when you start the game, you can load the enhanced version
or the original.
Yeah, and they're like side by side, innit?
All right, fair enough. Well, that does sound amazing, and I think I might need to pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely cracking.
Because I don't really. The trouble is with the old head injury is that I don't really. I can remember how a game made me feel, and I can remember things about it, and I remember really enjoying this, but I think it might be time to give it another replay.
It's really, I mean, it's a really good time for them to release it, I think, and then, yeah, I think you should give it another play. I mean, it's, yeah, there's a reason that, like, people say it's the best SRPG of all time, really.
I mean, it must be. It must be. I will definitely get that downloaded and give it a play.
Yeah.
Now, we are going on to our radio-style segments. I'm just going to suggest, Sean, that we skip your one.
Yeah, can we...
We'll skip your one, we'll do my one, and then we'll go for a break. Does that sound good?
All right, yeah, let's do that.
All right. Only because you did a debate about Double Dragon. To be honest, I don't give a single fuck about it. I don't know much about Double Dragon. I've just never really enjoyed them, never got on with them.
You just made that comment last time just to be a bit
It's always been shit. Yeah, I was trying to annoy you. That's the only reason I said Double Dragon's always been shit. It's just not a game I've ever really liked.
What about Gaiden, though?
But, yeah, but...
That's the best Double Dragon.
Right, okay, we're going to your item now. I'll play a jingle. Right, Double Dragon Gaiden is a really good game. I've never really liked any of the other... Wait, Sean's item, he wants to debate Double Dragon. Has it ever been good? It probably has. I don't give a fuck about it. But...
How can you not, though? It's like the first belt-scrolling game ever, like...
Yeah. Just never really got on with it.
It's a historically important series.
I agree.
And also the characters are really good.
I agree.
And, like, some of the
The
games...
setting's cool.
The settings are amazing.
I agree.
Post-apocalyptic. You know.
I agree.
Some of the games.
Good segment.
Some of the games are bangers.
Double Dragon versus Battletoads.
Yes.
One of the best games ever made. So it's not really much of a debate, is it?
No, it's not. No.
It's just not a game I've ever got on with. But Double Dragon Gaiden, the only reason we're now doing the segment is because how many times have I played that game?
Once.
How many times have I one credit completed it without dying?
Yeah, once.
Exactly. Boom. I'm the best.
Yeah,
right, next.
No, you have to show me.
Next.
That. Can we get your Steam up now?
I guarantee you I have the fucking achievement.
That's why we need a guy, you know. Like once we get the money, once we get the Patreon rolling in,
we can have a guy just sitting there checking our Steam account. Well, anyway, listen. No, I did.
Let's go.
Right, you want to actually have a look?
Yeah.
Sean, do I actually have to prove this to you? I definitely fucking did it.
The stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this
20-foot-high chicken.
Well, anyway, yeah, so that's it. I achieved ending A in my first play session.
But also, it's sort of... Oh, congratulations. But,
to be fair, I did do it co-op.
the game is good because you can turn the difficulty up to what you want. But
It's a very good game.
Apparently...
Apparently...
The only reason I did really do this is because apparently a lot of reviewers are giving Double Dragon Revive bad reviews.
Yes.
But a lot of people who've played it, and a lot of respected people as well, like a lot
Sean,
beat 'em
did you
up.
see the footage, man?
Yeah, but apparently it's actually pretty good.
Right, you buy it then, and you tell me
No,
whether
but-
or not it's good, but it's going to be shit.
All right, this goes into the sort of Patreon talk here because... Like, if we had Patreon money, like, Harrison and I could be playing
Listen,
it together. in
No,
the way
no,
that it's meant to be
Sean.
played.
We can't say that. But we will get to the Patreon at the end
Wait,
of the
how
show.
can we not say that?
We can't say that. I'll get to the Patreon at the end of the show. I've decided to move it. Right, let's do my item with Going Wild. So we spoke recently about the fact that we wanted to do a segment called Uni Stories, and really I didn't want to speak about any of my, I don't know what you call them, colleagues or people on my course, right? I'm really, really lucky because everyone on my course is really nice and I like them. And you know what I'm like? You know, I get thrown about with thrown into a group with a bunch of random people. I'm gonna hate someone, but in this particular case, they're all really nice. However, I do have some stories that don't make anyone look like a dick, and also that I can mention that aren't embarrassing in any way, that are just interesting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So that sounds good, actually.
So I wanted to talk about first of all, right, is the and I'm going to sound like a fucking boomer here, but obviously everyone that I'm going to uni with is half my fucking age, which is nuts. I mean, including the other day, Sean, I was standing up getting ready to go home, and a random woman, probably from somewhere in the uni, came into the room. Hi, what are you up to? Are you the teacher? Said that to me.
Oh,
Everyone fucking cracked up. That exact same day, man, there was a guy showing prospective new students about, and he went, this is the games lab. What are you guys working on at the moment? Looked at me. Thought I was the teacher.
Oh.
So I was like, well, what do I do? He's going to feel really awkward if I say I'm not the teacher. I just told him what we were working on.
Oh, wait, is there, like... I don't know why my mind went to this, but if everyone thinks you're a teacher, then surely, like, that gives you, like, sort of, like, carte blanche to be, like, sort of, like, nicking some stationery in that.
Well, I did think this, right? Because us students don't have tea and fucking coffee making facilities.
Yeah, that's-
something that prisons have that we don't have. Everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know if it's essential, mate," and I'm like, "Fucking
No,
is." We're in
100%.
England. If we can't make a fucking cup of tea, that is outrageous.
Yeah,
Whereas
even the shittest jobs I've ever had, like scummy, like I've had tea. And
you
coffee.
can make a fucking cup of tea.
Yeah.
And like we're in a room with I'm not going to start complaining about the uni. That's a funny
No,
complaint.
go on.
No,
No,
I'm not
please
going to do
do.
it. I'm not going to do it because there's a chance that somebody might listen. Right. Our toilets were being fixed the other day, right?
Yeah.
And we just had half term. Could have fixed it then. Instead, they did it when the days we were in, so we had to walk down to a different fucking building and go to the loo in another. This isn't the story, by the way. We had to go to a loo in another building. Staff loos. Went in there. They've got showers. They've got little shower gels. There's not piss all over the fucking floor.
Little shower gels.
Yeah, they've got little shower gels. They can make cups of tea and coffee whenever they fucking want. I'm thinking,
Oh, that's
I'm just going to
banger.
go down there. If people think I'm a teacher, I look old enough, my hair's mostly grey, I'm going down there. To be honest, I was wearing this outfit. I'm wearing my sort of dad jumper. And I was like, I'm wearing my daddish outfit. The one day I've worn it to fucking uni, and I got mistaken to be a teacher twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, here's the story, right? So I was, and you just jump in and comment wherever you want. On my first day during Freshers Week, I was like, "What's up, fellow kids?" and all this, like, and I went for a pint with one of the guys that was on my course. Really lovely fella. Won't mention him by name, but we know that the games that young people are playing now are different, right? And believe me, mate, I have tried my damnedest to never use the words "back in my day" or "things were better when I was a kid." Or
I mean, even though it's true.
It is true. But I don't want to make anyone feel judged, and I don't want to be a dick about it. They like what they like, we like what we like, and that's fine, right?
That's fair. I like what they like too, but...
Exactly, right? Yeah. We like a lot of that stuff, and we play things like Valorant and Siege and Rocket League and all of that. Yeah. But the thing is that I was speaking to this fella, and he loves things like Factorio, Minecraft, and stuff like this, and he's like a massive power player at them. And he was like, "What sort of games do you like?" And I said, "I like fighting games." And he was like what? Like Siege? And I was like, and this isn't it's me trying to make him look bad, right? It's not like, and I said, "No, like Street Fighter." And he's like, "Yeah, I haven't heard of that one." Like Mortal Kombat. And I was like,
I suppose he's like a very modern mainstream gamer, though, isn't it? Like
sort of. He just likes multiplayer games. But I was like, "No, like Street Fighter." And he's like, "I haven't heard of that one." What, like Mortal Kombat? And I was like,
no, because everyone like, do you know, like Street Fighter's like hugely famous.
This guy had never heard of a fighting game.
Like McDonald's have done a promotion on Street Fighter.
Look, Street Burger is Japan only, unfortunately. Yeah. But this guy had never heard of a fighting game, and then except for Mortal Kombat, and I was sort of like thinking to myself, I wanted to say, well, Mortal Kombat's not a real fighting game, though, is it? And but I was just like, yeah, bit like that sort of thing, like held my tongue. Like, I'm not judging him, but it's crazy because I didn't realise that fighting games, I understand now, I sort of knew it anyway, but they are for middle-aged men, aren't they, really?
Well, no, not really, because a lot of people have got into, like, I mean, like Ending Walker, for example, he's like 16 years old.
Yeah, and I suppose, who's the current Street Fighter 6 champion? What the fuck is his name? The geezer that plays on the pad? That you know?
It wasn't Angry Bird. That was 2024.
Or whatever. But yes, they're young people. But you know, they're like mid-20s. I'm talking like there are people that are, 18, whatever, that don't even know fighting games at all. They don't even give a shit about them.
A lot of young people got into it through Street Fighter 6, though.
Youngish people, but there's a new generation of people coming up, Sean, that I've realised that don't even know what that is. But there is a lady that is on the course who is well into Darkstalkers and recommended Vampire Saviour to me that we've been playing. So, but I really, really didn't want to be like... Sorry, Sean's on his phone. I'll wait.
1 sec.
You're just looking up the Street Fighter winner, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. No, I'll wait. It's not important to anything, but it's fine.
Oh, Men Are RD, yeah.
Yeah, Men Are RD, yeah. Yeah, he's a young fella, but he's still mid-20s. But there's a new generation of people that do not give a fuck. Exactly, right? He's nearly 30. Don't give a fuck about fighting games. And I said to this guy as well, like... I mean, think of a more irrelevant genre nowadays, but shoot-em-ups. I love them, but nobody's making them nowadays, except for Shinu Real Arts. And I was like... we were talking about our experience with Unity, and I said... I was making a shoot-em-up game, and he went, and I was like, go on.
And he said like Fortnite or something like that.
Not quite. I said I was making a shoot-em-up game, like an old school arcade style shoot-em-up, and he was like, oh, what, like Doom?
So he knows Doom from 1993.
Yeah, but that's so ubiquitously famous that I can understand why he knows that, but he doesn't know Daironpachi Daifukatsu. I can understand that, right?
But, like Street Fighter's like...
Come on, shmups weren't even relevant at the top. Actually, there was a point where they were, but when they were dying out, Cave were the only ones making them, man. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, but I don't know if this guy can be like the sort of... like no. He can't be like... They can't all be like that.
No, you can't judge somebody also because they don't know about a certain thing. They just haven't ever come across it. That's fine.
No,
but I will say this: that sentiment about the way he thinks is very similar across a lot of the class. There's a couple of people in there. So my tutor, right? He's 26, mate. He's 11 years younger than me, and his game knowledge, you can tell. You could say any game, and he will fucking know it. He's an absolute legend, right?
Yeah.
However,
more of these guys.
Shut up. No, this guy I went for a pint with. He's lovely, and his knowledge is really good. It's just different to ours. But anyway, we got upstairs, right, and I was chatting to the entire class, and we were talking about. the prices on Valorant. There's a guy in my course that spent 500 quid on Valorant skins.
Yeah. Oh. What return did he get on that?
Well, he got the Valorant skins, right? He bought a knife skin for $80, right? Now, you and I think this is also boomerish. DLC used to be an expansion, a full game's worth of things on top of the game that you've already got. And I said, I just said, trying to relate, I was sort of like, well, I wasted money on stuff on Final Fantasy 14 because I didn't like the clothes they had in game, right?
Yeah, but like the highest amount I've spent on a single skin is £16, and that was quite a lot of money to me. Like, that is quite a lot of money to spend on a skin. I spent...
It's a stupid amount. They should be 50 pence.
And then also, I couldn't really see it anyway. It was the Master Chief skin on Rainbow Six.
I could see it, and it was cool, though.
Yeah, it was amazing, yeah.
But I spent a lot of money on clothes in Final Fantasy 14. But when I say a lot of money, I'm talking 40 quid, right? And this guy had spent 500.
That is a lot of money.
But I was just trying to relate, and I went, I'm guilty of it too. I've wasted money on Final Fantasy 14. And suddenly, all the eyes turned on me, and I went, have I said something wrong here? And a guy pipes up and he goes, well, it depends what you would determine a waste of money. You know what I mean? When I bought outfits on Final Fantasy 14, I liked the way my character looked, and that was cool. But there was a part of me that was like, I've just spent money on a virtual hoodie.
It is weird how they don't know that they're getting robbed.
Like, I just saw it as inherently a waste of money. Yeah, and to them, that's just what DLC is, right?
Yeah, they don't know the gap.
And I just thought, I thought that was very, very fucking interesting. Also, like, the other thing was and then they're not wrong for thinking that way, because you and I both like cosmetic items,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I love them.
And if that's all you've ever grown up with, and that's what DLC is, that's okay. It's just sad that we've got to that place.
I mean, I've grown up. We had like 10 skins on DOA per character, innit? So for free.
Yeah, exactly. And like, even paying for Street Fighter 6 skins irks me. And then we got fucking 2XK with $100 fucking skins. Anyway, yeah, it was just interesting. That was basically it. That was my uni story. The other thing is the types of games they play, but maybe I'll get to that another time. It's just interesting coming from a person that's been playing games since I was 4 years old, right? So I've got 33 years of experience. Seeing that people have grown up with something, a landscape that's thoroughly fucking different. But like I said,
it's quite odd though, because even though, we've always sort of looked back as well as forward, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you more than me, really. But yeah, absolutely. We and this is what's cool about my tutor, is that he's gone back and played a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah. But weirdly enough, when we were growing up, right, and we didn't have any money and we wanted to play a new game, we'd whack on an emulator and buy and play an NES game or a SNES game, right?
You're like, here's these games we might have missed.
My tutor, right, his favourite game on the planet is Kingdom Hearts, right? And he cannot have been around when that was relevant. But that's an old game he's gone back and played on an emulator.
No, because that released in 2001.
Right, so there you go. So that's my 26. Point. It's like
oh yeah, it would have been 1.
But yeah, so he played it when he was 1. That's how much of a. But no, that's my point. Like it's crazy because that's what you and I would do. Yeah. But most people aren't inclined to do that, and that's fair enough. You know what I mean? But I just found it really, really fucking interesting. No. That's the way that people are. I tell you what though, it is weird. It's just very weird seeing to me and you. We would discuss for hours. Do I buy this skin in Rainbow Six? It's £8. That seems like way too much. Yeah, no, and then we've genuinely been through that. And then it's like somebody's just like, well, they've got to make money somehow. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck.
What, you mean Ubisoft? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean, though? It's like, it is mad, because it's just different. And I never want to be the cunt that's at uni being like, I'm older, I know better. You know what I mean? Because I don't. And these people are like super talented and geniuses. And it's
but you can still tell them that they're wasting money on these things that don't
I don't want to do that though, man. Because if they feel happy with it.
No, but like you're valid to think that.
500 quid is a bit too much.
I mean, that's quite a lot. Yeah.
That's silly. That's silly.
Like,
He doesn't even play Valorant anymore. That's what's sad about it.
Although, like, to be fair, like, I mean, I suppose when I was their age, like I spend money on stuff that would sort of like not be
Weed.
there the next day, you know. Like,
Oh right, yeah. No, but yes, but when I was 18, I had a job and I would spend my money on computer games, whole new computer games. I don't know if I would ever. I don't know, but we didn't have the option to buy. We did have Horse Armor and Oblivion, and yeah, I bought it, and yeah, I fucking loved it. No, it's just weird. I just find the difference interesting, and like you see some of the stuff these people are working on, and it's incredible, and they're clearly very, very clever. So I'm like, look, whatever they think gaming is, they're clearly very creative, cool people, and I'm like,
yeah, definitely.
So I'm just, I don't want to be like, well, actually, although Sean, this is the last thing I'll say. I did fuck up. I wanted to have the policy of never being like games are better in my day. But we had to do a presentation on a gaming debate, right?
Yeah.
And I did a presentation on why Dark Souls isn't hard and they should play Dodonpachi, Dofukatsu. And then it was only when I finished it, I was like, fuck, I broke the rule. I did the thing. I've sounded like a boomer. You think Dark Souls is hard? Well, back in my day.
No, but there are some things about gaming back then that are better. There are some things that aren't. Like,
there are some things that are better nowadays, like...
I mean, I like the fact that,
I
don't know, like, for example...
Online gaming is way easier. We get to hang out 2-3 times a week, where usually we wouldn't be able to.
Could have done that on UT, though.
Yeah, we did do that on UT. Well, yeah, no, but there are some things about today that are better, because...
Well, like, though? Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, that's a good game.
No, there's nothing.
No, there's one thing. There's got to be one thing. What's better about today?
Boob physics.
They perfected it in DOA 1 though, man.
Oh, yeah,
it's never got any better.
That was in 97 as well. Oh, man, the 90s were good.
Maybe we should stop doing this podcast, man. Gaming's dead. It's been dead for years. All right, cool. All right, let's do some mail.
Yeah.
All right, so this time I asked for. I decided to ask the listeners for their biggest gaming disappointments.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give ours at the end as well, but
right.
Ace, he says, Cyberpunk for me, such a disappointment, not just because of the bugs, because it was nothing like the world I imagined as a kid when playing the tabletop. So for those that don't know, Cyberpunk was obviously a tabletop game first, an RPG.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And it had a lot of weirder, sillier elements that are kind of cool and I like about them, but they took them out of 2077 and made it...
It was very much the sort of edgy thing of the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but 2077 was the edgy thing of this time. And that's what it is. But what Ace continues, he says, no poser gangs, no 80s feel to it. All the main characters were like 103 years old for no reason, apart from the fact that they wanted characters from 2020 in it. And the main story highlight was just the entry module from the 2020 rulebook. Also, Rache Bartmos deserved better. I don't know what that last bit means, but... I
will sort of add... I mean, I'll add our personal experience of actually going to that booth, the Cyberpunk booth, and sort of what they promised. I mean, I did sort of smell something, but, you know, I mean, it was...
Listen, I will say this.
It was amazing going into that booth together.
When we saw the booth at EGX and we went in and watched the gameplay, right, that mission that you see in there is one of the best missions in the game. And there's a good reason that they showed it off. It's the one where you get implanted by, they're called the Voodoo Boys, I think, and you get one of them implanted in your head, and they're a Haitian gang, and their leader is in your head while you're doing a mission in a derelict shopping mall there's a place in Cyberpunk called Pacifica, which is like this It was promised to be like a up-and-coming area of the town that had a theme park, a shopping mall, this, that, and the other. When we played the tabletop version, your character, Sledge McWild, was a rocker boy, and he did a gig in Pacifica because it was an abandoned... I don't know what you call it, but like urban development, right? That was abandoned midway through the project. And it's one of the better missions in the game. Look, what they were promising was too huge, and they eventually delivered on it after update, right?
They did.
However,
for a very long time, it was very much like Fallout 4. It was a looter type of game.
Yeah, it was, and it still is, but it's a looter shooter with RPG elements that ends up actually with a very deep emotional plot that takes itself very seriously. Whereas you look at the tabletop game, and like Ace mentions, the poser gangs. That was something we all wanted to be in the main game, and the poser gangs, what they are people that have cybernetically enhanced themselves to look like celebrities and go around in a gang, right? So you might have a gang of people that all look like Hulk Hogan's, and they're called like the Hulkamania gang. One that I saw was a very cool example. An actual play of the Cyberpunk RPG. They did there was a group of a gang. It was a gang that were based around Oliver Twist, and the idea is that the upper levels of the gang were called Fagins, and the lower levels of the gang were Oliver Twists, and they were all people that have been cybernetically enhanced to look like kids, and they mug people. And the phrase that they use is, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" Like in Oliver Twist, which I think is genius, and that was missing from 2077.
Yeah,
however,
like all that quirkiness was
the sillier, quirkier parts of it. However, in the tabletop version, you did have Rocker Boys, which is a very cringe name for something, and Johnny Silverhand is one of the main characters in 2077, and people refer to him as a rocker boy all the time, but they mean it derogatively. They go, "What are you going to do now, rocker boy?"
like okay, boomer. That
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because he's an aging rocker. Like he's from in Cyberpunk. The different variations of the tabletop game had meta plot that happened that changed between the different editions of the game. One of which was, Johnny Silverhand was in Cyberpunk 2020, which was made in 1989 or something like this. And now he's in the game, and he's an old aging fuck with outdated views that people call him Rocker Boy as a derogatory term, and I love that stuff. The other thing is that one of the main things that Mike Pondsmith put into the RPG that was present in the computer game was that it's most people in that universe, or the people you play, they're style over substance, and it encourages you. For example, like, you can get bonus XP and things like this for living the style over substance thing. So let's say, for example, you are a rocker boy who talks about smashing the establishment and wants to go and do a hit on Arasaka, for example, like you did when we played the tabletop game.
Yeah.
And that was one of the best bits, where you got all of your old mates from when you were touring together to assault Arasaka Tower. It was amazing. But the thing is what you did is you did it without wearing body armor, because that's not fucking cool. But going in all guns blazing with all your old mates wearing your normal...
Well, I also didn't have cash, so I wanted to do things in a way that my character knew, but also didn't really have the cash really to...
But that's part of it. But you don't say you don't have cash. You make an excuse. I don't need fucking armor, man. The music is all the armor I need.
Well, yeah, I was like, I was trying to look cool in the face of being some poor man
who'd previously been a big... But Johnny Silverhand is exactly that. And I think, regardless of the fact that a lot of the sillier, fun elements are missing from the tabletop RPG, I think the game did capture the style over substance. You play as a fucking knob who's been possessed by a complete twat with outdated views, who literally carried out a terrorist attack. And a lot of that was present, but the silliness that was in the original RPGs was not there, and I can understand why they did it. That said, Mike Pondsmith actually said when he sat down and played Cyberpunk 2077 that if he could make a video game of the game, that would be it. And
Okay, I'm glad he's happy then.
that's fair enough.
That's
but
his vision. That's
like
good.
you say, there are some fucking dumb elements to the game as well that I agree with Ace completely. For example, there's missions where you can help out the police. What the fuck sense does that make? It's a game about being a rebellious cyberpunk.
Well, if you can get some you can get some gains from helping the police, I suppose.
Yeah, that's like the excuse it gives. But
Okay.
but if we were playing the tabletop version and you were playing your character Sledge, or we had the other characters there, would they ever consider working with the police?
I don't know. If we were doing some massive undercover operation, like we'd send one guy and see how he did.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like you would do it with a view to destroying the establishment, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
And that's that. There were some shitty aspects of 2077, but I think that the story and the characters were fucking incredible. That said, you know, one of the biggest things I've heard about the game, Sean, was the Phantom Liberty DLC. Everyone was like, I fucking love it. If you enjoyed that, you are missing the point of the entire genre. Because Cyberpunk isn't just the name of that game, it's a genre, right? Blade Runner, Bubblegum Crisis, all of this, right? If you enjoyed Phantom Liberty, you are misunderstanding the entire point. Because basically the entire plot of 77 is that you get possessed with Johnny Silverhand's essentially digital ghost, right? And he's in your head. And you're trying to remove him. And the Phantom Liberty DLC is that the president is stranded on a space station and calls you up and goes, I might be able to help you, right? And your character, like, regardless of kind of what you do, your character sort of goes, well, if they can help me out of a bind, I'll work with the president. And you sort of get to a point your character goes, well, fuck, guess I'm working with the president then.
Yeah, but it sort of came at a time where a lot of the quality of life stuff also came out, so that's it.
That's the bit, yeah, because the Phantom Liberty DLC also came with a 2.0 update that fixed most things people hated about the game.
Which is probably why people look on it favourably.
Yeah, but the story is dumb as shit. I just, okay, I get it that your character really wants to be rid of Johnny Silverhand and thus would do anything to stop it. That anything being, I'm going to work with the president. They shouldn't have done a story where you work with the president, full stop.
It probably just really shouldn't have been a Cyberpunk game, to be honest.
Phantom Liberty should have been a separate game, maybe.
Or maybe just the whole game, maybe just lie.
Look, I'm a fan of it. I loved it. And I played the buggy version on PS4, which was the even buggier version, and I loved it. I just think that the story was so brilliant and carried it. However,
but it might not be one you go back to.
I've played it twice. I loved it. But I understand that in a lot of senses I'm the minority in that. And I understand that there's a lot of people that play it that don't even understand cyberpunk media full stop. And I also understand that it was slightly different from the games. I just think had Mike Pondsmith made 2077 as a tabletop RPG, I believe that the tone that game set out is where he would be at today. You know what I mean?
Also, like, it kind of, like, at the same time, they brought out a new version of the tabletop game that also wasn't that good anyway.
No, that is nonsense. Cyberpunk Red is amazing, and we played it. You loved it.
Is that the one that we played?
That's the one we played.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
No, I was of the opinion that Cyberpunk Red was an unnecessary product when 2020 already existed and was very good. However, when we actually played Cyberpunk Red, we loved it, man. Yeah, it was great.
It was a huge flop, though, wasn't it? Like, commercial flop.
No.
Wasn't it?
No, you're so wrong, man. You're so wrong. It's still the top listed product on DriveThruRPG. It did really well as a result of the success of 2077. And I think it's I don't want to say it's the best version of Cyberpunk.
It might also have something to do with the fact that we talked about it on our RPG podcast.
We talked about it before having played it and predicted that it would be shit, but when we played it, it was really fucking good, basically. Yeah. And that campaign we played was a lot of fun. I just think, 2077... The trouble is, when you're adapting something to something else, you always run the risk of the thing that you might be changing about it might be somebody's favourite part of it. And I think that this is what has happened with Ace, where the tone that he got from the tabletop game was different to the tone that they eventually set out to do. But you have to remember, Mike Pondsmith, he had his hands way in 2077's development, and even went out to, so he went to the American studio of CG Projekt Red, and then he was talking about some parts of the game and saying, like, this isn't the way I would have it, this isn't right, this, that, and the other.
It's Mike Pondsmith. I guess he's English, I'm guessing.
No, he's American. He's American.
He's American, okay.
And he's got an amazing voice as well. But he actually was giving criticism on the build that he played, and they flew him over to the Polish main studio to tell them how to direct the game.
Okay.
So 2077, in some ways, is his vision for it, which is unfortunate because it's very different to what Ace played when he was a kid. But,
it's how people imagine things, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's his vision for the game, and unfortunately it's changed to be way more cynical and way more serious. But I liked 2077. I thought it was great. But
maybe in his mind, when he made the original, it wasn't like...
He probably thought it was quite serious.
Yeah.
I've always thought that. I've always thought that probably a lot of the aspects that we think are goofy, he thought was kind of cool, or he was trying to predict the future.
Maybe over time they've just become goofy.
At the time, it was probably kind of edgy to have people like all looking like Hulk Hogan and running the streets. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. But yeah, cool. Really, really... sad disappointment there, Ace. I'm very sorry about that. But the next biggest gaming disappointment comes in from fucking Northerner, and Sean, this is one you're going to vibe with. He says Hollow Knight was a massive letdown. Everyone I knew raved about it. I love Metroidvanias, but the atmosphere did little for me. The rooms all looked the same, combat was dull, the movement felt so unbelievably slow and unsatisfying, even with the dash ability. One of the few games I've ever dropped midway through, and I have zero intention of beating it, or Silksong.
I mean, that's my experience with the whole series, to be honest.
Same.
The first and second one, man.
The first one, especially, I agree with that. I found it so dull and restrictive. Did you know, especially the first one, I remember I sat down to play it and I spent full price for it, like 40 quid, right?
Yeah, I did.
Or whatever it was. And I was like, I'm going to sit through this game, I'm going to fucking love it. And I just remember feeling really hemmed in by the claustrophobic environment and the
I don't mind
clunky combat.
I don't mind the claustrophobia too much.
Yeah, but there wasn't that actually, unless you progressed in the story, there wasn't that much exploration.
No, there wasn't.
For a Metroidvania?
No, like in Metroidvanias, I like it when it's claustrophobic because then it feels good when you play through it and then it opens up.
Absolutely.
I can't remember. There's one Castlevania I absolutely rinsed, but yeah, any of the Castlevania games that are Metroidvania type games,
like Symphony of the Night, it felt like going back to old areas and exploring them felt like a very satisfying thing in a way that Hollow Knight never did. Yeah. And I think a big part of it, I tell you what it is, it seems superficial, but you know that throughout the entire game you have the same weapon.
Yeah.
And like in Symphony of the Night, you were always unlocking new weapons that had new animations or new attack distances or whatever. And in Hollow Knight, you're always using that same fucking thing because it had the hand-drawn art style. Hand-drawn.
The very restrictive controls as well, where for some reason you can only do diagonal movement in the air. I don't know why.
Okay, but that's only Silksong though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's all right. Like...
That is annoying.
Overrated as fuck, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. But
no, I agree with you, bro.
I share all of what he said, really.
Same. I mean, it's unfortunate because it seems like a game that it's one of those that I know is good, but I just really hate.
It's very odd because with the second one, Silksong, came out and then was talked about for a minute and then it just died off.
But you've got to admit the first part of it is really fucking good, and it promises something that it never delivers on.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible. Not terrible. I mean, they're probably good, but I hate them.
Made with a lot of heart, which is good, like you can say.
But unfortunately, sometimes,
you know. Yeah.
Right, Chester, he comes in with the next one. He says, most disappointing game for me would be Shadows of Doubt. Do you know this one?
Shadows of Doubt.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
No,
I still think they can push this game further. Buying apartments and social credit ranks just seem to be there with no real effect afterwards. The main plot is worse than anything Bethesda have ever shoveled out. Right, that is low. Overall, I think what should have been an indie darling is more a 7 out of 10 game that grabs your attention for a day or two, then dwindles into what could have been.
Sounds bad.
It does sound bad. I'm not familiar with Shadows of Doubt, mate, but if it's worse than anything Bethesda have ever shoveled out, then it's got to be fucking bad.
I'm familiar with Shadow of the Beast for the Amiga.
Is it similar to that?
No.
No. Kill Defenses. He says, that's kind of hard. I want to say the 2014 Thief reboot. The original games...
shit.
Yeah, really bad. In my top 5 IPs of all time, and while the reboot looked great, it dumbed down the gameplay to a stupid degree with the whole focus ability thing that highlighted paths and objects in the game world. Thankfully, you could turn that stuff off, which was good foresight. I think that they saw what Dishonored had done 2 years prior and tried to ape that a little too hard instead of working with the original game's formula. At the same time, I still mostly enjoyed playing it. It was an okay stealth game, just a bad thief game. And that's a very good point.
Yeah,
because, to be honest, Dishonored, in a lot of ways, was the evolution of the original Thief games, right?
Yeah.
And I think did a better job at it. And do you know what, as well, is that there was sort of, in the original Thief games, I can't remember what the main character's name is, but there was also sort of an air that he... did what he did amorally. That what he did, he just stole from whoever because of reasons, right?
Well, yeah, survival reasons.
Yeah, and then in that 2014 reboot, he was sort of like, "Fuck the nobles, I hate these cunts, I stalk that." Like they tried to make him a bit into Batman a little bit, like sort of brooding.
Like
and
everything had to be like that game wise back in the
and
day.
they dumbed the fucking gameplay down. This is what we always say. If those game series go on too long, they get dumbed down. And Thief 1 and 2 are incredible, but I knew that new one was going to be shit, man. I never even fucking bought it. But, it's a very, very good point as well, especially seeing what Dishonored had done, but doing it worse. That's what the game industry does best. They always, if people see a trend, they see something that's really fucking cool that people like and go, let's make one of those.
Let's make more of it. I mean,
without understanding in any way what makes them special or how the team that made it have done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dishonored, wasn't it made, or at least the levels were designed by the people that designed the levels in Half-Life 2?
Yeah.
And then modern day Square Enix going, we could do that. So, so you took one of the biggest geniuses on the planet and went, I can do that.
It was the same with Hitman as well, so they ruined it.
They ruined it?
Yeah, I mean... come on. Square did.
No, the modern Hitmans are the best ones they've ever been. Unfortunately, I hate Square Enix, but those are good. Those are good, man. I tried to play one of the old ones, haven't played one of the recent ones, and it's really bad.
I mean, I thought they were good, but I mean, it's been
the modern ones. The modern ones are the most realised version of the games there have ever been. Sorry, man, you're wrong about that one. That said, we've got we've got one question in from fucking Northerner. He says, "Are there any games that were significantly better than you were expecting?" Oh wait! Before we do that, we'll go into our biggest gaming disappointments. What's yours?
Biggest gaming disappointment.
Donkey Konga.
Oh yeah, nah. I don't know. Like, off the top of my, I mean, there probably is. There's loads. Like,
you owned an N-Gage.
Yeah, I did own an N-Gage. Sonic N. No, but I could at the time.
Why would it be this? What Sonic N was not a disappointment.
No,
you knew it was going to be shit.
No, yeah, it was. But the fact that I could play Tony Hawk's 2 on the go was pretty incredible.
I've got to be honest with you, I enjoyed my time with the N-Gage.
Yeah.
Good. It was not a very good console.
Do you know?
But I got years of play out of Tony Hawk's on that fucking thing and loved it.
I had a good few years of use out of the N-Gage. The only reason I stopped using it is because it got robbed, didn't it?
Sean got mugged in Croydon and they stole his N-Gage. I mean, the thing is, right, is that must be the shittest mugging of all time.
Yeah, it was.
Because it was long after the N-Gage was relevant and you were still using it. And they must have got about £2 for that thing.
Because I got the N-Gage in like 2003. I had it until like 2007. That's when I upgraded my phone.
Because you got your N-Gage nicked.
But
what game was in it at the time, though?
Sonic N.
Okay, fair enough. Well, good.
God. Yeah, like it was the N-Gage that got nicked and an empty wallet.
Well, good for them. You know, they got a shit Sonic game and an empty wallet, so there we go.
Exactly. But no, off the top of my head though, to be honest, maybe Street Fighter 5 or Sky.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a big disappointment.
Yeah, because
literally, I did not play a fighting game for 10 years after that.
Yeah, same.
I got so fucking bored of it.
Yeah.
Just because of the nickel and diming that they were doing.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? The game released unfinished and then they charged us for the fucking rest of it.
Like, especially when like Street Fighter 4 like spent years in development and
but
Boy Back from the Dead, like out of love and all this.
Yeah, but by releasing 2 new versions of the game, which essentially could have been done as updates and charged us full price for it.
Yeah,
so what was it? Street Fighter Arcade Edition, Street Fighter Ultimate Edition.
No, so you had Super Street Fighter Arcade Edition, and then
so it was Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
And then they released another Arcade Edition because the Arcade Edition fucked it.
Right, and you're like, oh, they were making out of love. Come on.
And then the final one in 2013, after several years, because it was released in 2008, Ultra Street Fighter 4, the GOAT. You know.
Okay, Ultra Street Fighter 4 is a great game, but you cannot. That was one of the. It was just the scummiest what they did with Street Fighter 5. I love Ultra Street Fighter 4, but fucking hell, man, you've got to admit that's mad. That's 5 versions of the same fucking game, and they charge full price for it. You paid £60 for each one of those. That means how much money have you spent on?
I was not a rich man at that. I was actually like. I would class myself as actually poor back then.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you spent 60 times, 5 different versions? You spent £300 on Street Fighter 4. Yeah, but it's because they were spaced out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, biggest gaming disappointment for me, it's going to be, I don't know if it's interesting at all.
Although Skyrim was pretty disappointing.
But we liked it when it came out for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Right? That was bad. It was a shit game.
But there are loads, I just can't think. But Street Fighter 5 is a good one.
Street Fighter 5 is a very good one. I've got to be honest, to me, it's bad, but it's like Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. When I think of my biggest...
But how's that disappointment, though? That's
because I loved Final Fantasy 13, man. Yeah. I hate it.
That came along at a perfect time. Like, I think if you played it now, you'd be like, "This is." I
did play it recently. My mate Laura gave me a PS3 to play on, and it's a slog. That said, the reason I love Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 13 2 so much is because Final Fantasy 13 came along just after my bike crashed, right? And do you remember my head injury? I could barely even concentrate on like anything and remember it. And it's a fairly simple story with a fairly simple gameplay. I
was going to say it adds up.
However, exactly. But the story of the game is really good. I 100% stand by that.
No, you're right about that. Yeah,
it's brilliant. The thing is that Lightning Returns fucked it so hard because the second one set up the sequel and it looked amazing. But you went from having a party of 10 people that you could customize the paradigms and unlock things for, to 2 people and a monster, which was fine, to 1 person. And in a story that makes no fucking sense, where you dress up to change your abilities. It was dumb as shit.
Yeah, because they're like constantly trying to think of ways to have less gameplay in the game all the time.
Totally. And to the point where the third one, they barely even tried. Yeah. And I've got to be honest, like, as much as Final Fantasy 13 is a bad game, I would still say that it's underrated. Purely because of the story and, I would say, the amount of chill that it has. At the time it came out, I had to stay at home for a month, right? And if you were in that type of situation, where you don't have anything else to play and you want something chill as fuck, where you just watch a story and hang out with some cool characters, that is perfect for it, right? However, it is a bad game. Yeah. I just like it. And Lightning Returns, because those two first games were so special to me, that third game was such a bitter disappointment. And it's one of the few that I went back to game with it and tried to return it, and they were like, but you've opened it. And I'm like, it doesn't work. Disc doesn't work. So I was just like, and they were like,
that was at that like sort of point where they had to like clamp down and get really strict on it as well.
Yeah, and I just about missed that. And I was like, I put it on my PS4, it doesn't work, mate. And they were like, do you want a new copy of the game? And I'm like, thought to myself for a minute. And I was like, yeah, give me a new copy of the game. Walked out the store, went back the next day with the sealed copy and got a refund.
Yeah. Because remember, like, you could just take your game back, like to like game or whatever, and you could just say, I don't like it.
I don't like it. Yeah, because they would resell it.
Yeah.
I don't know where because they would make all the money on a resale. I don't know why they stopped doing that. Do you remember when we used to go back to Game Station and go, I didn't like it, give me my 40 quid back? And they would do that.
Yeah.
Because then they'd have a second-hand copy that they could sell that they get all the money on.
Yeah.
Terror spreads like a roaring tempest, like 1,000 fursuits storming the halls of a Marriott hotel.
Last question comes in from fucking Northerner. Are there any games that were significantly better than you were expecting?
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
That's the answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, it was pretty funny because our mum worked in a library, right? And it meant that there was a point where the library were trying to get young people to come to the library, and as a result, they decided to loan video games.
Yeah, I mean...
And so our mum, would bring back loads of cool video games. And it would just be anything. So we tried, like, the Transformers game. She brought back Monster Hunter because we just got the online attachment for the PS2 and was like, I don't know if this will be good, but it's got online, so...
It was all these fresh new games. Little did we know that they'd be the same games that were on the shelves for, like, years, but...
Yeah, but to begin with, they got a lot of new games in, and Deadly Alliance was like, we were kind of done with the Mortal Kombat series, and Deadly Alliance is probably the best Mortal Kombat game ever made. I mean, each character had two different
stances. You had like a normal kung fu stance, and then you had a weapon
stance, and the destructible levels. Like, it was fucking brilliant. And what I loved about that, and in fact, the new Mortal Kombat collection kind of does this, is the documentary that was on the disc, where you had the making of the previous games and things like this.
All the unlockables.
Yeah, but all the unlockables, it had all that documentary stuff in there. That was like some of the most fun about it. Like, as much as that game was fucking amazing, but most of the Mortal Kombat ones are like games are not very good, but they do have a very interesting history, right?
Yeah.
And that was so much fun. And the Deadly Alliance game was it's so good, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, what a game. I think that's it. All right, well, good question, fucking Northerner. Let's do the outro.
Witchcraft. Witchcraft, haven't played it once.
All right, so if you want to send in your questions, you can do so at the Discord, which is in the description, or email us at luckyandwildpodcast@gmail.com.
This is the part where you talk about a Patreon.
We've got to talk about a Patreon. Sean,
right.
has it gone wild? Have we made loads of money yet? Can we... No, look, actually, let's put it this way. Can we pay for the hosting fees, finally? The £14, whatever it is, a month?
We can't pay for that.
Shit.
We would like... I mean, we got loads of tiers on the Patreon. If you'd like to become a member of the Lucky and Wild podcast...
There are various different tiers with different benefits, like the ability to be able to suggest a game to us, and we have to play it. Additionally, there are other tiers where you get bonus content and stuff that we haven't done yet.
But also, if you did become a Patreon, like the example I used earlier, Harrison and I could be playing Double Dragon Revive for you together.
Well, how would it be for them, though?
Because...
we're playing and we talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So if you want that...
and also, because, the best way to play those games is 2-player, and if
Right, and you want us to have it. You sounding like very much like James Rolfe right now.
I don't want to because we don't have a lot of money, so we don't want to
Sean, no, wait, no, this is begging. We're literally begging, and you sound like James Rolfe. You're like, if you want to see me play this fun game.
No, I'm not trying to do that, but it's more like I don't really have a lot of money, so I can't really take the chance on Double Dragon Revive. But it would be.
It's all about Double Dragon Revive.
No, but it would be really cool if we could do stuff like that for you, the listener. To be honest, that's what I'm trying to say.
That's fine. That's a good point to make
because people want to hear about those kind of things.
We could play a lot of we could play. We play a bunch of weird shit, and it would probably be funny. That's
Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2.
But I am gonna get that.
Is it good? Is it not? Oh, you're going to get it?
I'm going to get it. The only thing is that being at uni and also trying to keep up my skills in fighting games has taken over my life a bit, so I haven't had time for anything else. But I really want to play Silent Hill F. But have we had any new patrons?
Yeah, we've had...
So we've got the £1.50 guy. Who else?
We got someone else who's £1 as well.
Nice. And who are they?
I can't say, because they, if you go over £2...
Yeah. If you go over £2, and there is a tier where
we'll give you a shout out.
We will give you a shout out. It's not, but just to be clear, it's not our mum, is it?
We can't say.
No, we can't say.
No,
we can't.
I'm not saying, man.
But if it was our mum who subscribed at £1, that's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, that is embarrassing.
But we can't say if it is or not.
It might not be.
But thanks, mum.
Thanks for giving birth to us, but that's about it.
And also the money on the pay. Because we can't say. We can't say that. But thanks for listening, Mum. Shout out to you.
No, we can't.
Thanks for raising us and that.
Don't give us a.
No, I'm saying thanks for raising us.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks for buying me Resident Evil 2 when I was 9.
No, we rented that from Blockbuster.
Whatever. Thank you for renting it. Good mum.
But then, never mind. That's a story for another day.
Right, let's go. We do have one more item for you, man them out there. We got a sound test. Let's go. We're going to pick some music to play us out of the podcast. Video game music, specifically, I should say. Thanks, Mum, for the £1.50. £1.
Don't mention my mum.
No, your mum, bruv. Don't mention my mum.
Sound test.
So I'm gonna do us with the outro music.
You're gonna do us.
My pick for today is Pictionary title screen by Tim Follin.
Yes.
The legendary creator. So there was a time in the 80s where music composers for video games were wild rock stars, as well as some of the devs. Who were also geniuses, the musicians made composers. They made unforgettable tracks for the games, with limited hardware. And Tim Follin was one of those guys. Most people played LED Storm, Plock, or Time Tracks.
This is the guy that did the Plock soundtrack.
Yeah.
Plock was almost going to be my one for last time as well, but yeah.
Crazy, man, yeah.
But this is Pictionary game. It was for the NES, right?
Yeah, it was.
And for no good reason, had an absolute banger of a soundtrack.
Well, I've looked into it, and you cut it up. There's no definitive reason, but literally, a lot of the reviews at the time were bumped up because of the soundtrack.
It's a banger.
Yeah, that's his best soundtrack, to be honest. But it probably would go better with imagine Contra with this title screen music. Bonus level for a platform or something. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a belter of a song, and it belongs on a better game than the fucking Pictionary game for NES. But yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, well, this is Pictionary title screen by Tim Follin. I've been Harrison Hunt.
I've been Sean Hunt.
And remember that we do not know what we're talking about, but neither do you.
I'm also taking back what you said about our mum.
What did I say about our mum? I was respectful.
Yeah, you were, but mentioning her, because she didn't pay over £2. So
or did she? We don't know. She hasn't paid over the right tier to get a shout out. But I just want to say, irrespective of the
Thanks-
Patreon,
thanks for introducing-
shout out for
Thanks for introducing us to Monster Hunter. But no,
great game.
But
Thanks for the money. Thanks for the Monster Hunter.
if you want more shout outs,
Mum, could you convince Dad to pay, please?
I don't think he's going to pay. I don't think.
What?
I don't
Why?
think he's taken money
Selfish.
to the afterlife.
What is that?
What?
What the fuck? Okay, right. Pictionary.